Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to the 59th chapter, essentially, of the Cobras v Darley. And, yeah, of course, going back to 1997 when the Devils came into the Ballarat League. 43 wins to the Devils, 15 to the Cobras. And what an exposure of young talent we have here this afternoon. 13 players aged 21 or under representing the Cobras today. 9 out of the Devils outfit, including the debutant and Fiddy Kilmartin here. We're the number 24 today, a tall young player still eligible for the under-16s. So we're looking forward to seeing how he goes, plus the continued growth of the Cobras organic talent. Big winners today in the reserves. Bacchus Marsh won by 95 points and a convincing win to the Cobras in the under 18.5. So they got it done by 5 goals. So plenty of top-end talent missing for both sides this afternoon. It's essentially second taking on 7th. And despite no Bewley, no Billy Myers, no Cadman brothers, no Adam Azzopardi, no Harley Inglis, the pendulum's still in favour of the Devils, albeit on the road. They've won the last 8 encounters against the Cobras, and at their previous meet they were able to get it done in round 3 by over 100 points. But in fairness, the Cobras were down to 0 bench, but how they cope without the likes of Owen and Lawler today will be a conversation for later this afternoon. Good to see Zach Butters in attendance here this afternoon. There's no chance he'll be doing the running. Of course, in a moonbird, he'll miss the next 4 to 6 weeks for Port Adelaide. And there's a few of the injured, and good to see, well, one injury-free prominent Darley player ex-Darley player in Brady Wright, who taking all before him in the VFL, averaging near 3 goals a game, and he's on the radar of a high level, albeit at Werribee, for something bigger moving forward. But for the here and now, it's all about the Cobras hosting the Devils here on a perfect day for football. Sure, both sides are missing some top-end talent. It'll be how the respective sides are led today. Of course, the Devils with Luther Baker, the Moneyball recruit of the year, arguably, Lockie George and Nick Hind, v the likes of Luke Gertz, Tyson Shea, and their progressive talent in Josh Huxtable. We're not far off a start here. There are no excuses, no breeze, and it should be just another classic encounter between the crosstown rivals. Really looking forward to it. A break and back with more information in a few minutes. Read the toss and the opening ball up of play. Welcome back to Maddingley Park on a perfect day for football. In the 59th meeting between these two sides, dating back to Darley's inception into the BFNL in 1997. Darley with the edge. Well, you'd call it a hard edge, really, as Wayne Freeman joins me on the mic throughout the afternoon. 43 wins to the Devils, 15 to the Cobras. No draw as yet in the opening 58. Do you think we'll see one today?
Oh, highly unlikely, Todd.
But what we will see is an exposure of young talent from both sides. The Cobras boasting 13 players, aged 21 and under. Darley, 9. And, of course, you know, we've spoken about the big outs of both sides over recent weeks. So let's talk about the what-haves. And it's good to see James McDade back for the Cobras today. He's a promising defender on the rise. Yeah,
very good Western Jets player. He's played a couple of games last year and acquitted himself really well. And, he's a good inclusion for the Marsh, Todd.
Darley get a debutant today in the name of Fiddy Kilmartin. So if you're drawing players from the under-16s, Fridge, it's not by chance. It's every suggestion the kid can play. So I'm really looking forward to how he goes on arguably the biggest stage at a local level.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure Dan Jordan and Cape and Edwards, they'd have identified this boy long ago, and now there's a chance to give him his opportunity.
Darley will kick to the left of screen in this opening term. Really keen to see how the battle of the midfield goes, given that's essentially the senior talent on display today as the siren sounds to get played away. Gertz with the first tap. Found Fulton, who was held up. Donning the long sleeve, albeit half sleeve down to the elbow, a bit Pete McMullen-like. Trotting fans will identify that. Gertz, ground level ball, Daly over the footy. It's going to be a hot one early too. Fridge as both sides work themselves out.
Yeah, plenty of stoppages.
At the restart, Gertz won the tap. Now Nick Hyde, he's got an important role to play today. Probably the best player on the ground on spec and on resume. Fulton spent it before he had it. Hatcher with the pressure and the stoppage. So
good attack on the football by Griffiths.
Tap one there by Gertz to space. Foot race on here. Gardner grab. Good pressure from McKercher. Holding the ball, said the umpire. Incorrect disposal. McKercher will look to go to Fulton, who would have been on his left side, but now goes short. Kick was okay to Huxtable, who got the clear from Williamstown to play today. Shallow entry inside 50. Nixon leading into the race of the ball. Could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Matthews went to ground. So too did Wakefield. A couple of inexperienced combatants losing their feet under the perceived pressure of a local derby. Fridge.
Done everything right there, Nixon. Just a bit unfortunate not to get a free kick there.
Ball up. Well, tap one by the Devils. Nixon, hurried kick out of the congestion. Billy Griffiths tackled, taken to the ground by Brody Ward, and we'll get a ball up. So it'll be interesting to see how much advantage Gertz can get in the ruck today. Well, Nixon, something out of nothing with the outside of the right boot touch, said the goal umpire. Gee, that would have been a lightning start for the Cobras inside the opening 2 minutes.
Good use of the body by Nixon there in that ruck contest. Pushed his opponent under the ball.
So it'll be high to assume the kick-in duties. Beyond the defensive 50, Johnson, mile away from home with the fly. Couldn't get his hands on it. Was good pressure from Andy Azapati on Canning. Took him to the ground. We'll get a ball up right in front of us here. Big crowd in attendance. Super sunny day. A couple of the players donning the zinc cream this afternoon. Such is the sunny presence. Well, it was nearly high from Matthews on Gertz, but the umpire let it go. And we'll get a repeat stoppage on half-forward broadcast side for the Cobras.
Umpire was blindsided there. Our side, we've seen it, Todd.
Maybe he needs a bit of zinc. Tap one by Gertz. Fulton. God knows why he's wearing a long sleeve today. Hine got to the outside and went to half-forward to the Gresh direction, and it knocked away from him. Ground ball opportunities. Follow-up did well, the youngster. Hine kept running. Put the pressure on Wakefield, but conceded a free kick again. And the youngster on the infancy of his senior career looks to play on and went lateral to the outer side of the ground, and the kick was good. Found Sam Griffiths, who's got an important role to play with territory gain. Well, he knocked that on the head by going backwards to Vesti. And wide to Canning, who'll look to go back with a 45 to Huxtable. So a couple of touches early, laconically, and that's my concern with him. He does get a bit lazy with his execution by foot, given a player who gets so much ball. George, the money ball recruit of the year, fed it to Baker, who dropped it. Open the door for Coulton. Wakefield again, and Tally will get a free kick for over the shoulder. So some clumsy execution on that occasion from Lahure. And Tally will get the free kick in the middle of the ground. He went short to Wakefield.
Kabarkovic's here on the wing.
And he'll go to Canning on broadcast centre wing with a short cut to Huxtable. He gets his third disposal in the opening 4 minutes. Kabarkovic, the man you speak of, lowered the eyes and found Billy Griffiths. He's been a dangerous player for the most part for the Cobras this year.
Good run on.
Kabarkovic. That was all a little bit too easy for the Cobras just to get that overlap, albeit by foot. So from outside 50, let's chip it up back over the top now. Speaking of unaccountable, there was a bit of copy-paste there from the Devils. And Billy Griffiths will have a shot on goal here, 45 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle.
Edwards and Hind are having a bit of a who's on who here, pointing at each other. Who was marking Griffiths?
So it'll be Billy Griffiths, who started, well, had a lively start in the last game that we did of the Cobras against Ballarat here. I mean, I all know how that ended. So the kick to the right, always to the right. And good to see Sammy Griffiths back into the side after that rescue mission on brother Billy.
Cost him a week, Todd.
Yeah, no Jack Parente, unfortunately, today, but the late inclusion of Josh Huxtable, a major boost for the Cobras' chances today. So Lockie George will bring the ball back into play. It was a beautifully weighted kick to Brody Ward on his left foot, and his preferred one at that. Found Hatcher, and he went by hand to Rungy. He ran his measure inside half-back. Tumbling kick to half-forward. Bouncing ball, Vesti, gathered, needed the support. And he got it through McDade, who got it to Fulton, who conceded ground. Back to half-back to Canning, who went back with a 45 and found Sam Griffiths, who'll
good kick.
Use that raking left foot kick to Gates, who's been informed this year. One of the better players to McKercher, who went inboard, back to Gates. He got the overlap to Nixon. Could have gone to the outside to Shea. Went back to McKercher, who took Lahure on. Umpire called play on, and the continued running from Gates was terrific. So it looks to be Morgan with a right foot kick to a dangerous area. Edwards got an important fist on it. Chance for Rungy to clear the footy to the outer side of the ground. Turnover opportunity. And Morgan will have an opportunity to send the Cobras back into attack.
In that last passage of play, Morgan was on his own on a limited occasions, Todd. McKercher got the ball twice, tried to balk. He was out free on his own.
So Morgan, he should have the confidence up against the Devils, given he won the Wheeler Hand medal at their previous meet, despite a 100-point loss. Kurtz has pushed forward, forced to release the ball by hand. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. Cobras one of the hole, denied by the umpire. Rightly so, we'll get a ball up 15 metres away from their goal.
Geez, that was a lazy handball by the Darley player.
Ball up, loose ball. George couldn't hang on. Chance of Matthews, tackled, taken to the ground. No prize, said the umpire. And we'll get a ball up just metres away from the Cobras' goal. So they'll be happy with this start. No breeze to speak of here in the local derby. Kurtz one of the hole, denied by the umpire. Threw the hook over the boat, forgot to put the bait on because the umpire didn't bite. Ball up, Gertz, ground ball, and just gets ushered through for a minor score.
In last week's game, they started well, similar to today, Bacchus Marsh, but the first 20 minutes they were all over North Ballarat.
And the inaccurate pattern continues.
Didn't get any bang for buck. That was the only thing, Todd.
Yep, spoken about in the post-match. They got 3 behinds to their name. It'll be the trusty boot of Lockie George, as we touched on earlier. And short to Darcy. Another young progressive type from the Devils list. He's a little bit indecisive at the moment, one way then the other. And then he went back to the trusty boot of Matthew Brett. He sent it broadcast side towards Ward, who just got an important fingertip on it off his hands over the line for a boundary throw-in, 65 metres away from the Cobra goal. Tick over 8 minutes gone, opening term here Cobras with all the play in their front half, just the three behinds to speak of. But promising signs for the, well, to be fair to say, underdogs this afternoon under blue skies at Maddingley Park. Kurtz won the tap. Shea, hurried ball. They marked there by Edwards. Didn't go the required, said the umpire. Forced to chip the kick to Darcy Matricardi. Not sure that went any further, to be honest. He set the right boot out in the direction of Hatcher. Jones went to ground for the Cobras. Forced it under the pump, but he's been pinged. And away the Cobras go. Nixon dropped it as well. And they'll get it back here. Sort of a clumsy advantage from the Cobras. They just couldn't work it out.
No, couldn't get that second handball going, Todd. Over the top. Get separation.
So Matricardi, lateral to Gardner. He's got Lahoure. Only player in the top 16 players in the competition to have not kicked a goal this year. It's a credit to the young defender as Brody Ward got it to a fellow left footer in Edwards. He'll look to go to that left side and send it forward.
Good kick.
In the Johnson direction.
Good kick.
And I hope the Cobras defenders took an aspirin before the opening ball up, given Johnson's form last week against East Point suggests he's going to prove another headache for the Cobras today.
Yeah, certainly will, Todd. And want to be keeping a close check on that fella.
Well, given what we experienced on the luxuries that Biggie Newen had in that lead up, he wouldn't want to be giving Johnson a similar freedom with those lead ups.
Not at all. He'll hurt you.
So it'll be Johnson on an acute angle for a rare inside 50 in the opening 10 minutes for the Devils.
Floated in.
He makes no mistake. He's a quality player, Johnson, and he gets the quality finish. It took the Devils the best part of 10 minutes to hit the scoreboard. They're one goal straight 6, and they lead the Cobras 3 behind in an arm wrestle of sorts in the opening stanza here at Maddingley Park.
Good transition of football there by Edwards, getting a footy on that half-forward flank, having a couple of bounces and a beautiful left-foot pass straight into the bread basket of Will Johnson.
We'll give you updates with scores from around the BFNL this afternoon as they come to hand as the top 5 take on the bottom 5. I guess the most interest being 5th v 6 Melton hosting Sunbury, but Redan and East Point not without a outsider's chance with causing a bit of drama as Gertz did his own work and they might have caught one high. He went to ground, it might have been some friendly fire, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Might have been Fulton that inadvertently made contact with the head of Gertz on that occasion. And there'll be George who went to the outer wing and went to Lahoure, and the kick was poor. And it was cut off there by Sam Griffiths. So anyone wondering the local fish shop here at Bacchus Marsh, George's fish shop is named after Lockie. No, that is not the case. It's been around for 100 years.
They were the best fish and chips in town, Todd. Well, we've gone a bit backwards since.
Lockie gave it all away when he walked into George's fish shop with a Redan backpack on. A couple of roadies. Give me a couple of tater cakes to the roadie, said the Moneyball Recruit of the Year. Boundary throwing. Well, he couldn't afford a flake given the wages. Darley give it in. Tap one there by Matthews. He got on the outside. He needed to fit it to the outside. It was meant for Hind. Bacon with the pressure and the ball security to square away a stoppage on the attacking side of centre wing outer side for the Cobras. Near 12 minutes gone. Opening term, Darley 6. Johnson with the opening goal of the game. The Cobras with the opening 3 behinds. Gertz's tap was as good as a kick. It was always going to be a concern for the Devils today, the influence of Gertz. It's just all about a matter of how much he wants to work today. Fulton's tumbling helicopter kick went in the Nixon direction. Was blinded as ball went to ground. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. It was good work from Rungy, but the kick was turned over. And Fulton took a mark 50 metres out from goal. Hey, just looking at one of your favourite travel spots all over the world there, Fridge. The Rotunda looks like a sellout again today, but given the lazy nature of where they're sitting, it doesn't look like there's a lot of food going on there today.
No, it is packed to the rafters there today, Todd.
Yeah, but Channel 7 series coming near you, packed to the rafters. Trust me, go to 7, mate, it's there.
They're hanging off the balustrades today.
And while all the focus was on the Rotunda, there was no surprise that Fulton was unable to finish from outside 50. Bombed it out of bounds on the full to the near side. Another opportunity gone begging. We've seen this before, that we need that lead up and attempt to hit that target from the Cobras today. Well, you just can't just lean back on the no Owen scenario.
Well, it's just stated the obvious, no Owen.
tumbling kick forward was awkward. Every bit resemblant of a young side, but it was okay to Jack Bewley. He got it behind. And on the narrow ground here at Maddingley Park, the kick was cut off there by McDade, who elected to go backwards. They continue that pattern of play to Wakefield with the right foot kick to a 2-on-1. That was a poor option from the youngster.
Good by Penny.
But Penny was industrious and did well to square away the footy.
Done a good job there, 2B1.
But when you transition play, forgiveness for the inexperience, but when you finally get the ball to the fat side and then you kick to a 2-on-1, the whole point of transferring play is superfluous, really. Tap one by Tanner. George through traffic. Sold the dummy. And then fed it by hand to Hine. Left foot kick across the body. Territory gain. Cobras have got numbers. Can they work it out, though? Feverishly. Gresh to Jack Bewley. Hurried kick forward. Dangerous area. Opportunity. Off the ground from nowhere. Matricati. Darcy Matricati gets his first of the afternoon. Darley get their second. And the worry for me is Fridge. Well, for Cobra fans anyway, 2 entries in for the Devils essentially for 2 goals.
2 goals and
alternatively, the Cobras have probably had 7 or 8 for
nothing.
3 behinds.
3 behinds, no bang for buck. And like you just said before, when you transition and you switch the play, you want to be certain that you've got that 2 or 3 that you can hit up on. There, they just went to 2-on-1.
And it's okay to correct. If there's a 2-on-1,
yes.
It's okay to correct and go corridor or back the other way.
Yeah, but
just hang on to the footy. Gertz went to ground. Little soccer off the ground. Territory gain. Daly fed it by hand. Turned it over in the end. He's got awareness there by Tanner. He's a much improved player. Chipped it to Edwards. It was important last week to Andy Azzopardi. Now, the longer this game goes, his tank just gets, well, it just doesn't seem to regress. He's an elite runner, Andy Azzopardi, and he gets towards half forward to a one-on-one. Made it difficult there for Tanner. Numbers prevailed in the end, but give a chance to a Tony here.
Good.
And his vision was good and well composed under the footy there, Andy Azzopardi. To Gardner in the middle of the ground, went to handball, probably should have gone to Brett initially. We'll get it back here, the veteran defender. Hand pass was too wide for Andy Azzopardi. It was just a clumsy couple of moments there for the Devils.
He's going to get...
And
lucky not to pay 50
and benefit of the doubt there. Devils just bending their frustration, given they should have got away with that. Well, when I say got away with it, without infringing. Gardner, second attempt, couldn't gather the footy. So not clean on that occasion was Gardner. And the pressure from Freeman to square away a ball on Lahure was enough to get a stoppage on the Cobras 50. So Nixon deep forward. He looks to be the obvious option in the event of a clearance here for the Cobras. Tap one by Freeman, only as far as might have been Edwards on that occasion to Bewley. Now he's got Edwards on the outside. He'll run and give here, and he did. That's rewarding the runner. Now Gresh is the only target forward. He can go to the pocket. It's a good kick, but it just came inboard a bit to open up the window for the Cobras. He took advantage through Gertz by hand to Huxtable, who went wide to Griffiths. Now to his right side. Wakefield, good pressure from Gresh. Back to Griffiths. He'll just thump it on the boot for a territory gain in the Fulton direction. Over his head, bouncing ball. And we'll get a Lasso. No touch, said the umpire. So let off for the Cobras. A throw-in on half-forward broadcast side. For the hosts, who trail by 9 points. Scoring always going to be the big question today for the Cobras.
Yes, definitely, Todd. That will be the downfall for them.
Well, let's hope that they've worked on a plan. They've had 5 or 6 weeks to work on one without Owen.
Well, they need someone to stand up to kick, 3 or 4 today, Todd.
And the hand pass of Fulton missed the target, meant for Kabarkovic. And by hand, not touched. It'll be Lasso, and Luther Baker will get an all-important first legitimate touch of the afternoon. The kick was barely okay to a 50-50. Now, George needs to feed it to the outside to Jones, but he got it to Watkins, who read it well, and his vision was good, the youngster.
Nice kick.
Spread the ball to the outside and found Darcy, who's a promising type for the Devils. He'll look to present with a running give. Now, Brodie Ward's on his non-preferred side, but had time to get onto the left and set it a half forward. Couldn't hit up a target. Ground ball opportunity. It's going to end in a stoppage here. I expect even though the new rule suggests that we get a lot less of them, given the young talent there today, I expect there's going to be a correction. We're going to get quite a few stoppages today, especially in the opening half before the tanks begin to get questioned. Now, Gates was good out of that stoppage, but his kick was smothered from Matthew Brett and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing out of sight. 18 and a half minutes gone. Opening term, Darley 2 goals, lead Bacchus Marsh 3 behinds. It's really a duel of the depth this afternoon. And just what the limited top end from both sides today can bring. Darley will get a free kick. So Reece Younger, another young player from the Devils, he's gone overseas. I think Biggie's thrown him in his suitcase fridge and taking him for a walk. Into attack. Gresh in front at the back. There was Johnson. He couldn't hang on. He just didn't quite get it at the highest point, Johnson. He was on the way down.
Yeah, he was stiff. I didn't come down on top of his Darley teammate.
So Devils, they've still in single digits inside 50 in this term. We'll try and maintain their efficiency to score. But they're held up at the moment, and a rare stoppage inside the Devils forward 50 in this opening term. Ball up, tap one by Gertz to the outside. Good work there by Fulton. Got it to Huxtable. It went wide towards Freeman. Lahure's got the job on him. Freeman had a bit of it. But he did the clever thing just to keep it in front, but McKercher couldn't gather the crumb. His second effort from the Cobras was okay in the form of Milburn to square away a stoppage. So for what Freeman was not able to grab, he just knew he had to keep it in front of him to enable a crumb for McKercher, but wasn't forthcoming in the end. Umpire will ball it up right in front of the Darley coach's box here. Certainly hasn't been a final stand of the footy fridge, but...
oh, you'd expect that with the calibre that's playing, Todd.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a big occasion, the local derby. Quick hands from Bacon, a Lockie George, who went inside 50. Bouncing ball. Kilmartin got his first hand pass on debut. Chance for Jones. McDade, good pressure from the Devils. Huxtable tackle taken to the ground. Another chance of Kilmartin. We're going to miss 5 foot. Loose ball, ground ball, it's a hot one. Gertz has pushed back. Fulton needs to feed the ball. And he did to McKercher. He went to the outside to Shea, who had a touch of the fumbles. Gertz got the loose ball. They continue to try and negotiate the ball forward, but it's a turnover, and Zane Lahure was the beneficiary. The former Cobra, tumbling kick inside 50 for the Devils. Ended up at ground level. Sam Griffiths just picked it up and bombed it in the middle of the ground. Ward's attack on the footy was good. We roared it, no pun intended, by a favourable bounce, and he went by hand to Rungy, and the kick forward's been turned over with a nice stretch there from Penny.
It's his forte.
He went to the outer side of the ground to McDade. I like this kid. Right foot kick to outer centre wing, kicked and let him down, and found Gates, who's had a good year. He's only Luke Gertz has featured in the best more often than Gates this year, to Billy Griffiths, to Shea. So a good chain here from the Cobras. Kick a little high, made it difficult. Ground ball. We'll get a ball up. Yeah, Kovacevic not given a great deal of opportunity from that Shea kick that was slow and high. Fridge,
yes,
easy to defend, essentially.
Very easy to defend. Get it in quick and low.
Tick over 22 minutes gone. Time on. Kick out of nowhere from Freeman. Needs a favourable bounce. And off to the right, and the 4th behind for the Cobras in this term. They trailed Darley 2 goals straight, 12. An 8-point lead to the visitors. 22 and a half minutes gone opening term. On a beautiful sun-kissed day here at Maddingley Park. Firm deck. Tell you what, if playing cricket, Fridge, you just win the toss and bat.
Bat. Straight up.
So to behind to bring the ball back into play.
Oh.
High kick.
Rainmaker.
To the outer side of the ground. Cobras have got numbers. They should be able to work this out. Milburn's bend was good. And he turned the right way to Griffiths, who went long with a bomb inside 50.
Bit stiff on the pad
a free kick, but he has paid the mark. Well, somehow how is there an advantage?
Shouldn't be any advantage there, Todd, at all. Should go back to the free kick.
But then so Watkins got it to Baker. We'll talk more later on that. He went to half forward. The kick's been cut off by Sam Griffiths, who started well today. Left foot kick to outer centre wing to Gates. He's had his fair share too in the shadows of Maddingley Park, just in front of the manicured Dean Jenks green grass courts to Freeman. Well, that was a kick hopeful rather than anything else.
Lazy. Just lazy. Just hoped. Just put it on the boot.
Wanted to keep it moving.
Yeah, it would have been better off handballing.
And that word you've been using over recent weeks, but I've been calling with your fridge, patience. But I get the intent. So Lahure, outside of the Devils' defensive 50, will feed it by hand to Darcy. He looks comfortable at the level, and the kick was good to Rungy. Had an excellent game last week after the recall. How's the kick?
Good
it's
kick.
Okay. To Andy as a party. The longer this game goes, the better he'll get. Lock that in. And he went back to Darcy. He's got Jones on the outside if he wants him. He can still go there. But he's not in a rush. I like the patience of the young fellow, not overawed by the situation. He goes with the right boot, but he went out in the Gertz direction. And best he was at the back and took an uncontested mark at the end. Well, you just keep it away from Gertz, wouldn't you? Even though he didn't end up with it on that occasion.
No.
Just go to the other side. Darley be aware and present. Canning, 45 kick forward. Was good to Freeman. Freeman or Vesti? Freeman. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Neither forward nor defender read it best at all. A chance here for Darcy. He started well with a surging hand pass to a left footer in Edwards. A kick to centre wing.
Good pressure.
And Griffiths has pushed up to enforce the turnover.
Good pressure by Kovacevic. This will go to Freeman.
And he'll go wide to Freeman. He's had arguably more of it than anybody else in the opening term, Griffiths. So now the kick from Freeman. Kovacevic, and it knocked away from him there by Lahure. To the safety of the boundary line, we get a boundary throwing. Is that a super year, Zane Lahure? Only one player in the competition has featured in the best on Play HQ. That's Harry Handling from Melton, by the way. Lahure in the top 16 players in the comp for featuring in the best that hasn't kicked a goal. Tap from Matthews. So that's one for the defenders, let's say. In fact, the last goal Zane Lahure kicked was 1,043 days ago against North Ballarat in the semi-final.
I thought he was going to say when he played with Bacchus Marsh.
Ball up.
The Rotunda's got it.
Well, it's time for the Rotunda to have a piece of the action. So, as promised, scores from around the grounds to come to you. And got the old temporary fence there to protect the royalty that's assembled in the Rotunda today. So Todd Whelan, Wayne Freeman with you this afternoon. It'll be Morgan from the boundary line that's going to take the resultant free kick. Must have gone out of bounds on the full or deliberate of some kind. To enable his shot on goal from Morgan. We'll go across the face. All Darley.
Yep.
And Rungy took an uncontested mark.
3 Darley players.
On a high kick forward.
Three Darley players being shepherded by the Bacchus Marsh forwards.
Melton 23 lead Sunbury 20. Ballarat 21 lead Lake Windermere 9. Out of defence, Edwards had a bit of it. Snatched away from him there by Nixon, who did well. Wakefield's pressure on Jones was fair, and we'll get a ball up 50 metres away from goal. Redan 8, Trail Sebastopol 21, and North Ballarat 18 lead East Point 2. George, well, he sold the dummy, and then Nixon stuck the left hand out just as he was just about off to the races and just got an important hand on that to deny George an exit.
Ball bubbled out.
As the siren sounds for a, well, relatively underwhelming quarter in the highlight sense, but a dour quarter to say the least. It's Darley with limited entries inside 50 with the lead here. 2 goals straight, 12. Bacchus Marsh 4 behinds. Quarter went the best part of 28 minutes. Fridge, you got the goal scorers?
The only 2, Matricardi and Johnson for the Devils.
We're unaware if there's a breeze up the road there in Ballarat. Who'd know? there's half a chance they've probably called it off for lightning given the bright blue skies and sunshine here at Maddingley Park. But at quarter time, Melton 23 leads Sunbury 20. Lake Rindaree 9, trail Ballarat 21. Redan 14, trail Sebastopol 27. And East Point 2, trail North Ballarat 19. So the top 5 in front of the bottom 5 at quarter time. But in BFNL's match of the round down here in the east, it's the Devils who lead the Cobras by 8 points. They're breaking back with the second quarter action in 5 minutes' time. Down there momentarily, Walsh did the mopping up. Antoinette back to Clark. That's a good finish, albeit to Shear in the middle of the ground, and he kept running Clark. And the penetrating left foot kick, bouncing ball, it got out the back and it bounced favourably. Boundary throw in. Clark had front spot, won the tap. Farrugia, something out of nothing. And he breaks the shackles and gets the Blood's second goal of this final term.
Kirill up against Brinker-Ritchie in the centre of the ground. Brinker-Ritchie won that decisively and got straight to Morris. He could kick it from here. He's 70 metres out. Oh! Josh Morris has kicked the goal from 70 metres out, straight through the middle. You won't see that too many times in your lifetime, people.
2 or 3 quick goals, they're going to set themselves up with any chance of victory.
One throws the ball in the air. Rhodes ball sharked by Fulton. Got the 1-2. Went from outside 50. Long shot at goal. Not quite as good as Josh Morris, but a fair effort nonetheless.
Welcome back to Maddingley Park ahead of the second quarter action here in BFNL's match of the round down here in the east. I'm not sure what's going on with the scoreboard to the right of the one that's essentially in action, but the one that counts the most is the one that says Darley lead by 8 points despite a discrepancy in inside 50s. Now, that's a better start from the Cobras through Gertz to Fulton to the outside to Wakefield, who sent it forward.
Oh.
It's a turnover. Matthew Brett with a lateral movement. Conceded some ground to Matricati. Went along the line. He put it out in front of Jones, who's got the sun to deal with as he moved into the shadows, and there was enough pressure from Billy Griffiths to get it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
There's plenty front on contact with it.
So interesting to see Brett Bewley making the most of that quarter-time break to have a word with his fellow mids. Of course, no Bewley today. Loose ball finds its way back over the line. We'll get a throw in. Luther Baker and Josh Huxtable.
Good matchup.
Seen over the line. Yeah. A couple of bona fide, excellent clubmen. Baker, 200 gamer, and no doubt Huxtable will get there sometime, but you think in VFL will elongate the time to get there.
Tackle.
And George's tackle
That
taken
is
to
a
the
good
ground by
tackle.
Darley. Well, Darley, we'll call him that, not to get confused with the black and white variety.
Another boy that's had a season in the Western Jets, Darley.
And he's got some toe too, so he'll keep Hind honest. Good experience for the young fella. Baker was clean. Just threw it onto the beat with a high up and under to half forward.
It's a push.
Little nudge in the bat. The umpire was in the perfect
Yeah,
position
seen
there.
it. Hands in the back.
Canning didn't have to do that. There was enough weight on the footy as a part he'd already run underneath the ball fridge.
Yeah, every day of the week. Pre-kick, Todd.
And Andy has a party. Will send the Devils into attack. No doubt Johnson will be the target. But it does the outstretched hands of Tanner on that occasion. Chance of Vesti. Stops props and then concedes.
Waited for the pressure.
And, well, that didn't come. The only pressure that came was that of on the umpire from the Devils forwards wanting a deliberate concede. So Griffiths just tips it over the top to Huxtable. They'll endeavour to negotiate their way out of defence, the Cobras, in their own time, because he goes back to the goal line to Vesti. He just tips it over the top. Kick was okay to McDade. He goes along the line. Kick had too much on it there for Fulton. George at ground level. Ball finds its way over the line. Get a boundary throw in on half forward out of side for the Devils. So no upsets tipped in BFNL action from you this afternoon. You missed the presser during the week, obviously, Fridge, but you can't see an upset unfolding today.
Couldn't get out of work. There was too many trucks there, Todd.
Fair enough. Caught in the deep fryer. Throw in.
In the oil.
Won the tap. Opportunity for Fulton. He's racked up half a dozen disposals already. Freeman brought the ball to ground. And we'll get a ball up on half forward for the Cobras. 50 metres away from their goal.
Well, that's better. They just got it from half-back flank, gain 50 metres and put it deep inside their 50, Todd.
Yeah, and yeah, respect the ball. Get some security in the form of a stoppage. Freeman's tap. Huxtable. Dribbling ball wide. Only got numbers here, but they're under the pump. Second opportunity for Coulton. Something out of nothing, just missed to the right.
Behind.
They're fifth behind of the afternoon. There's 0-5 for the Cobras. Darley 2-1-13, 8-point lead. Scores restored to the quarter-time advantage of the Devils. As the ball comes back into play safely to Matthews. He'll look to go onto that preferred left and go to the other side, centre wing. It's a good kick in the end to Edwards. So you spoke off air, Fridge, that he's just got his own footy at the moment.
Yeah, he's getting plenty of ball outside.
So Edwards went to go inboard, then out, and then back onto the left. Sort of bereft of option at half forward. And that came to fruition by a return over to Daly, who rebounded the ball towards half forward. Good use of the body from Matthew Brett, who looked to play on. And he'll concede by hand. It was nearly good as a kick. It was a good stretch from Lahure in the end to make it look better than what it was. Short kick, well, got to Ward on the bounce. Brett casually to Ward, who went back inside with the left boot. Kick was okay to Baker.
It's overcooked here. There's
Another
a chance.
overcooked kick meant for Hatcher. Sam Griffiths will do the mopping up, and he's got time to measure the kick here. It was a high one at that to Freeman. He had a bit of it. Ball went to ground. It was still a slow high kick there from Griffiths.
Wasn't quick.
Well, you can do a slow kick, but you've got to put it out in front.
Yeah, still should have took the mark, Todd.
Yep, fair enough.
Had plenty of separation.
Darley 13, lead Bacchus Marsh 5. Early moments, second term here. Throw in. Gertz grabbed it out of the ruck. Good use of the body. Hustled the ball forward with his own clearance. Wide of the pocket. Chance here for Rungy to keep it in for the Devils. And he got it to Lahoure, who just bombed it out of defence. Beyond half back, but Sam Griffiths, arguably the Cobras' best in the opening quarter at a bit. Tumbling kick. Was a heavily weighted one at that, albeit a helicopter variety. Just cannoned into the post for a behind. Their 6th of the afternoon. There's 7 behinds behind Darley at the moment. They need another 7 of those, Fridge.
Yeah.
Long kick out of the fence. The Devils to half-back. Edwards the target. He got it in the end and fed it by hand to Matthews, who's searching hand pass went to Andy Azapart. He's got Baker in the middle. Overcooked the kick, as so many of them done today. Huxtable to the pocket. He too overcooked the kick.
And paid them in the back.
There's a lot of cooking going on here at Maddingley Park. And overcommitting there was Ward to concede a free kick on Billy Griffiths. He's got a chance to straighten this game up with an important finish for the Cobras.
Yeah, a lot of errant kicking, Todd, by both sides, and especially the Darley boys in this quarter. They've overcooked it on 3 or 4 occasions and given the Cobras a chance.
So the advice to amend that would surely be just a weighted kick out in front, because more often they've been on the lead, those missed targets. And Billy Griffiths.
He's got
Snuck
it.
it in.
No,
It's just
he didn't
touched
make
on
the
the
distance.
line.
Looked good
Fridge.
from where we were, Todd. Not enough legs.
No, 7th behind for the Cobras. They may be made to rue that later as Hine presents in front of Delhi. George can get it back here if he wants, but Hine will go the longer option. That's a good kick to Hatcher. Spilt the mark. Disappointing. Fed it by hand to George, who tried to manufacture something with the left boot. Ground ball opportunity. Good pressure from the Cobras. They want to hold the ball here, and they'll get one. Well, it was really the fault of Hatcher, the youngster, who just couldn't take an uncontested overhead mark really in the end that opened the door for the Cobras. And that's the way it should be at the level, Fridge.
Absolutely, Todd. And, you know, if you fumble, you got no time to be fumbling the footy or dropping marks, because sides are right up on your face, and you know they take the opportunity, and this is what Bacchus Marsh have to do. They have to make this pay.
So a goal here from McKercher will essentially level the scores. I'll give Bacchus Marsh their 8th behind of the afternoon without converting a major. So McKercher from just inside 50. Deliberate approach, set sail, and the Cobras get their 8th behind. They're within 5 points of the Devils.
Lean back.
They're on 2-1. 8 scoring shots to 3, Fridge.
Yeah, it'd be good if it was a soccer game, Todd.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it's not like the behinds from the Cobras have been rushed either. So some concerns for the Devils to tidy up.
Well, you look at it, Todd, they've had 8 scoring shots to the 3.
And Matthew Brett's kick in meant for Johnson, who provided some aerial, and offhands over the line, we get a boundary throw in. So right in front of the Cobras coach's box here, he kicked to the left of screen in this second term. 8 straight behind. Loose ball, an all-important one at that.
Good attack.
Good attack on the footy there from Gardner. McKercher to the outside to Shea. Good commitment on the footy there by the Devils' defence, and they'll be
paid a free kick.
Paid the mark, I think, in the end. Might have been a bit of friendly fire, though, the contact. And it'll be Chaz Jones with ball in hand. And he goes short.
Ooh.
Just did enough to Matthews, despite the outstretched hands of Fulton, who got it to Hine. Daly in pursuit. Made Hine get rid of the footy quicker than what he would have preferred. Edwards, he got the crumb. His hand pass was smothered. Rebounded into the hands of Wakefield and went along the line. Desperate effort from Daly. His recovery was good. Got it to Milburn. Right foot kick hit up McKercher outside 50. And he looked to make this kick count. Side step around Baker was clever. And he lowered the eyes, and a kick meant for Huxtable was intercepted by Matthew Brett. And he went lateral to Johnson. So a bit of sure hands in the Devils' defence. Been found wanting in the last couple of minutes, given the Cobras' forays. He's bereft of option, though, Johnson, so he'll go short to Jack Bewley. 5-point ball game here at Maddingley Park. 10 minutes into the third term. And he finds Johnson. So a dour arm wrestle of sorts prevailing in this local derby. We've seen a number of those here at Maddingley Park. So the kick from Johnson.
No.
Safe enough. Ward needed to be clean, and he was. And he got rid of the ball in good time. So Rungy, who's got some toe, he could have taken a bounce if he liked, but he went to the long option in Matthews and found him to Edwards, who's been arguably Darley's most important play today. Can he get it out in front of Hine? He just needs to sit for him. It did in the end, but Darley was right there. He's got some toe, the youngster, and he's squared away a stoppage to deny the former Essendon and St Kilda speedster a runaway goal.
Fantastic effort there by Darley, because he don't lay that tackle. He's often gone to the races. Hind.
11 minutes gone, second term. No goals to speak of in this term. Darley with a rare entry in front, inside 50. Gresh out of nowhere. Johnson one-on-one. Oh, he had a bit of it. He looks dangerous. Vesti kept his feet, fed it by hand to Sam Griffiths, who'll do the distribution out of defence to a vacant outer centre wing, broadcast side. Matricardi should have gone back inboard to Ward, but he went boundary side. He took on the pressure of Nixon and released the ball by foot. It was a poor one at that. Need some lucky of the Cobras. They nearly got it off the boot of Gertz to Milburn, but he was dispossessed. And the ball found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Like a talk there by Gertz and Griffiths.
Yeah,
could have ruffled it between the two of them.
Matricardi needed to go back inboard with the handball to Ward, and that would have really opened up the half-forward line for the Devils, but we're going to throw it on half-forward for the black and white. Tap one by Matthews in front. Gertz knocked it to his own advantage, boundary side. Couldn't quite keep it in. Baker was the beneficiary, had time to stand, start, and send it forward.
Oh, Penny.
Big fly from Penny on Bewley. Daly went to ground, has the pick up from Hine from inside the boundary line. Fit it over the top to the youngster Gretsch, to Hine. Loves these. Finish terrific. And he breaks the dour run of play with a first-class finish. Hine gets his first. The Devils get their third. An all-important 11-point break. The first goal of the second turn. 3-1-19 Darley. They lead Bacchus Marsh 8 behinds. 12 minutes, 40 seconds gone second turn.
What a passage of play. Just kept his feet, kept running, get the handball receive, and then check side off the side of his foot straight through. Class player.
Well, if Hine keeps finishing like that, Fly McRae might give him a buzz and sneak him into the Collingwood-Carlton game tonight. No Hill, no Elliott for the Magpies.
He'd have to go to McDonald's and get a feed first, like Logan Morris did in his first game for the Brisbane Lions.
Well, that is the recipe. Now Gertz out of the middle with a response. Overcooked the kick. How many times have we said that this quarter? Let alone the whole game. And what is that? That's got to be perceived pressure on the ball carrier. Has to be.
Has to be, Todd.
Because you're unable to compose and just put it out in front and they'll run onto it. That's half the reward for being in front. You've only got to run onto the footy. Loose ball. Baker. Left foot kick to broadcast side. Vesti. Johnson. Vesti, second grab. Good. Did enough.
Best position. Just outbodied him there.
Yeah. And I don't know what Canning's doing, but...
he's got no hope of getting it there, son. No hope.
Mate, he's stamping Mikey cards at the moment. Canning, that's how far away he was from the action. Chance of McKercher through traffic. Fed it by Anders Shea. Had more time than he thought. Hurried left foot kick. Turnover opportunity. George, Watkins, and he has a party. Territory gain, under pressure. The debutant needs a favourable bounce, but McDade could have been held without it. Umpire called play on. Chance of Jack Bewley. Hurried the ball onto the boot. Foot race on here. Set up for Gretsch. Has the youngsters decision making. The 17-year-old. Off to the right. Gee, if he was able to just come underneath the heart rate there, he would have been able to hit Johnson up, laces out.
Yes, definitely.
But the heart rate can do crazy things on a footy field as
It's so, like you're saying before, out of that centre, just a push on the body just gets that ball to go over, Todd.
Canning's kick was good. To Morgan, who went with the right boot in the direction of McKercher. Freeman to the back, fell into his breadbasket, but he dropped it. But the umpire's picked out a free kick here.
Me too.
It's going to come back. It's going to go, well, nobody knows.
I think he's going to ball that up, is he?
Well, the players don't know. It's going to be a throw against McKercher, is it? Darley get the free kick through Gardner, much to his own surprise. Could he oblige and give it back? No, he doesn't. He found Edwards out in the shadows of half forward out of side for the Devils, who looks to chip it. And now that's a well-weighted kick to force it. He went to go back to Edwards, but it was good running there by Wakefield. So he went in the direction of Kilmartin. Fitty has taken a grab on debut, 35 metres out. And if he can slot this, the youngster, still eligible for the under-16s, of course. 20 goals in 8 games at the junior level. Has a chance to thread this. And they should load up the tanks, the Devils, because if he's able to thread this, they should come from everywhere and get behind the youngster.
They'll absolutely do that, Todd. I can assure you of that.
So Kilmartin, who has a deliberate approach from 35 metres out, it's just missed to the left. It's unfortunate for the youngster.
It was a good grab.
Yeah, he'll get some confidence out of that, and no doubt he'll be reminded at the half for that positive overhead presence. Vesti, short to Huxtable. He gets a lot of that short hit up out of defence from the Cobras, and you just want Huxtable to keep pushing forward and get more offensive ball as he penetrating kick. It's an absolute ripper to Darley. Oh, sorry, to McDade, who overcooked the kick. It was meant for Wakefield. Matty Brett kept the ball in front of him and then enforced the tackle on Wakefield. I'll tell you what, the footy's not the only thing getting overcooked today here at Maddingley Park. Sun streaming down on us here today, frigid, up here in the bleachers of the grandstand.
I've got out on, you've got nothing.
Even the trees have got no protection. There's no leaves on them. Griffiths at the back, the 2 number 12s. Bewley's recovery was okay in the end as he elected to go the soccer. Good pressure from McDade with the hustle to square away a stoppage. The ball 50 and a bit metres away from the Darley goal. So hard to think that Cobras are within 13, given they haven't kicked a goal. But no doubt they have a favourable amount of inside 50s. George off his line, couldn't gather. He went to ground, opened the door for the Cobras, in fact. Good pressure from Lahure on Wakefield. Freeman by hand, back to Gates, through it. Umpire called play on. Edwards over the ball. They just usher the ball forward, the Devils. Jack Bewley, important hand pass. Baker was ambitious with the volley. Kilmartin kept it at ground level. And he has a party.
Missed.
Off to the left. Darley's fourth behind. Got a touch of the Cobras in them, the Devils, in the last couple of minutes with a couple of misses. 3-12 collectively for the afternoon here. As we need time on in this second term, but the Devils have the all-important 3 goals of the game. They lead by 14. Canning, short, kick was okay to Milburn. Got some toe, Milburn. I like to see him in a position where he's able to exploit that leg speed. We saw him kick a terrific goal here a couple of weeks ago against Ballarat. He went to Vesti, to Griffiths, to Fulton. He got the ball to the outside. Now, they're away here, the Cobras. Good kick. Freeman, out of centre wing.
Now, come on.
Now he looks to go with the 45. The kick was good to Shea. Shea on true centre wing out of side. High kick. Cobras got numbers present. And Gertz took an uncontested mark at the end. It's all about the next kick. Morgan kept running, chipped it over the top to the smallest man on the ground. Opened the door for the Devils to rebound. Baker's hand pass meant for Hatcher. He got a touch of the fumbles. Baker made up for it. Well, for Hatcher's fumble, got it to Andy Azzopardi, who went wide to Johnson, who's a mile away from home, who fed it to the outside to Darcy, who chips the ball to Watkins. Smart little play, this one. Kilmartin's turned his back on Watkins. But now he needs an option. Now he's got Johnson to the outside. It was a look-away handball. It was good enough at the end for Johnson. Good pressure, follow-up work from Johnson. But the Cobras have got numbers through Vesti to Canning. Territory gain to a 2-on-1. Nixon could have been infringed. Umpire called play on. Griffith's kick across the body was helpful. With the territory gain, the flight from Freeman was a terrific grab. Real confidence lifter. Well, he's still a youngster, really, given his age profile, but given some of his performances and bags of goals at the level, you think he's been around longer than what he has. He's more often a beautiful kick, and through the shadows here, distance won't be a problem. It'll be all about the execution, and it's a perfect occasion for him to slot this and break the run of outs for the Cobras on the goal front. Freeman from 50. Kicks on its way, and he gets it done.
No.
Off hands, Kavakovic, snap, goal. Have the Cobras finally got there first? Yes, they have. Yeah, I was surprised Joel didn't make the distance there. Probably not the best connection in the end, obviously. But Kavakovic front and centre with a nice snap goal and narrow the margin back to 8 points.
It was straight and high.
Well, if it was going to miss, the Cobras were still going to be in the contest.
Yes.
1-8-14. Trail Darley 3-4-22. Cobras trail by 8 points. That first goal took them the best part of 50 minutes.
They've had 8 attempts, though, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not what I said.
Yeah, I know, but it's the first goal. But they've had 8 attempts with no succession.
Yeah. Bit like a bloke going through a rough patch. Tap one by Gertz. Ground ball. Tally held up behind.
What do you mean, on the punt?
No, on the chase.
Yeah, right.
On the chase. Young man meets young woman after 35 attempts on Tinder.
Yeah, right.
Ground ball right in the middle of the ground here at Maddingley Park. A sun-kissed one at that. Sloppy ball at the moment. Gertz fed it out. Fulton went to ground. Baker was clean. Got it to Hatcher. Andy has a party back his speed. He was forced to release the ball because Daly could match that. Got it to Jack Bewley. To Kilmartin.
No.
Through the youngsters' hands. And McDade will do the mopping up.
Oh, no.
Turnover opportunity, and the mark's been taken at grass level by Hatcher. So he has an opportunity to atone for his uncontested vulnerabilities in that opening term. And if he can thread this, right place, right time, she'd get it done from here.
It's just comedy each week with Bacchus Marsh in their defensive 50. They do so many good things, and then they just do so many silly things that cost them in turnovers like that.
Hatcher played an important role last year in the back half of Darley's premiership season last year. Premiership player, kicks on its way. He gets that atonement done, Hatcher. And he gets the quick response for the Devils. They get their 4th of the afternoon. 4-4-28, Darley. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-8-14. 23 minutes gone, second term here. And BFNL's match of the round of the East. Let's go around the grounds. Melton, 4-3-27. Trail Sunbury, 6-3-39. Lake Windermere, 2-3-15. Trail Ballarat, 6-8-44. Redan, 3-5-23. Trail Sebastopol, 5-4-34. At East Point, 1-3-9. Trail North Ballarat, 6-10-46. So, Sunbury of the outsiders and Redan and Bacchus Marsh, mind you, all within striking distance of their superior placed teams on the ladder in Saturday action across the BFNL. Back at the restart, tap one by Gertz to no advantage. He's held up by Andy Azapati, and we'll get a ball up.
Should have been an easy clearance prior to that, Todd.
24 minutes gone, second turn. Tap one by Gertz to space. Now, Gardner was clean to Baker. Hurried kick out of the congestion. Good use of the body by Milburn on Fawcett. It looks a little sore. Hatcher, he got it over the top to Tanner.
Missed.
Who had a pot shot at the goals. And he missed off to the right through for a minor score. Darley 4-5-29. Lead Bacchus Marsh 1-8-14. 24 and a half minutes gone, second term. Cobras obviously having lost 5 in their last 6, but 5 of those games, 2 against Ballarat, 1 against North Ballarat, 1 against Sebastopol, and the other against Melton. They've only averaged 43 points in those 5 losses, Fridge, and they're actually under par with all respect, despite the inaccuracy on the scoreboard. Because they did kick 4-14 against Ballarat and basically near matched that at their second meet here that we covered.
Yeah.
So no Owen forward, there's just no plan B. So along the line went McDade. It's a strong effort by Kabarkovic in front.
Yes.
And good defensive pressure by Runji not to infringe. So a couple of progressive types.
Hine coming back with the flight of the footy too, so could have been a massive collision there, Todd.
It's good to see they got the World Cup draw and how they started and what it's come down to on that right-hand scoreboard up there.
Looks like the racing page, the riser.
Watkins was clean, took on the tackle and fed it by hand to Baker. Kick was poor, let him down. Vesti can rebound for the Cobras to the other side of the ground. Well, that was to a 2-on-1. I'm not sure whether that was the right option, but they'll end up with it here. Running through was Milburn with his toe, and he got plenty of territory on the footy. Runji could have been held without it in the end. The umpire let it go. They'll get the handball feed to Gardner in the end. Over the top, only as far as his opposition, number 17 in Gates, who'll rebound for the Cobras. Another overcooked kick from this
Paid the mark.
young outfit from both sides, essentially, out there this afternoon. And Fulton, well, he's been paid the what?
Mark. Fell on his hands.
Right.
Over the back.
Yeah, well, maybe it was the previous kick. I'm just trying to work out what happened there. Just trying to still get over the World Cup and all the details up there on that scoreboard that you can see. Anyway, system error. Right foot kick from Fulton. You got plenty of it to the delight of Cobra fans. Deep in time on second term. Cobras are back within 9.
Good kick by Coulton, Hamish.
Needed that done. 2-8-20 Bacchus Marsh. They trail Darley 4-5-29.
A good kick from that pocket too. Not an easy pocket to kick a goal from.
First quarter went tick over 28 minutes, so I imagine just...
Might go about 31.
Yeah, I was just thinking a little bit, I'll go unders.
Okay.
We'll see how we go. Collectively 6-13 for the game.
Well, they've kicked more goals in this quarter, haven't they?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 30. I'll go 30.
Right, I'll go 31.
All right. 9-point lead of the Devils. Fulton with a timely goal for the Cobras ahead of the halftime break. So we're back at the restart here. Gertz trying to get it to his own advantage. Couldn't. Well, that was a good bump on Huxtable. And then we'll get a ball up. So Freeman and Gertz in the middle of the ground. Freeman wanting the ruck duel as Gertz pushes forward for an opportunity to get a late one, if indeed Freeman can manufacture a clearance to his ground ball plays. And that was well read there by Baker to smother that attempt from Freeman. Hine was the beneficiary. High up and under kick to half forward's been cut off there by Griffiths. Speak of Sam, who's had a good day. And the kick was good. Out in front of Fulton, he couldn't hang on. Smith got the ground ball. Clever hand pass over the top from Penny to the advantage of Fulton. He's got the confidence up after a previous goal. Went deep forward, and Gertz took a nice grab overhead. And given the inadequacies of the Cobras forward over the last 6 weeks, maybe the big man needs to do a little bit more of that pushing forward rather than having a spell off the ground.
Oh, well, it's a ploy that Armfield's tried to implement today, and it might work off.
Well, they're having a bit of toing and froing here as they do in every sort of local derby. Yeah. But so Brett Bewley is an example, as we say from the bleachers, why not rest him forward? But given the demands of an 18-game season and the demands on him as an individual, essentially, to deliver for the Devils is taxing. He prefers to go off the ground.
Yeah.
Maybe Gertz is the same, given his output. That crash and bash all afternoon's got to wear thin. 29 and a bit minutes gone. Second term, and a chance of the Cobras to narrow this low-scoring local derby to 3. Not a noted goal kicker. He's booted 5 for the season. And a shot out of the shadows. It's just missed. Gee, momentum is a huge thing in this game. 2-9-21 Bacchus Marsh. 11 scoring shots to 9, but they trail by 8 points on the scoreboard. Darley 4-5-29. Hind will bring the ball back into play. Good desperation from Gertz. Got an important hand on it. Then he tried to dribble the ball forward for a territory game, but Darley got numbers. So Hind bereft of option, went one way then the next, and then opted for the territory game to a 2-on-1. Freeman at the back. He and Vesti were able to work it out against Johnson. He lowered the eyes, and the siren sounds to end a Dower half. I'm still in the Dower space of a local derby. Fridge, I'm not in the over exuberant 7+ rating out of 10 for the derby so far, but an interesting clash nonetheless, and it's good to see the two sides locked close together.
It's just been a struggle, Todd.
A struggle, that's right.
By both sides.
Yeah. It's just like, 44 punters all losing their cash.
You can just see there's just the polish isn't here, Todd.
Yeah, that's right, but it's game on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no one will be leaving where this Stoush is at the halfway mark.
No.
Bacchus Marsh well within a chance here. 2-9-21, they trail Darley 4-5-29. Fridge, I'll give you 15 minutes to go through the goal scorers.
For the Marsh, Kavakovic and Coulton with one apiece. Darley, Hind, Matricardi, Hatcher and Johnson with one apiece.
Well, it takes all kinds of footy to get it done, and we're seeing this afternoon just what impact lacking some top end can have in the polish. And we've had some moments. Sure, I don't want to knock the game around too bit, but two very young sides going head to head. Of course, Bacchus Marsh with 13, 21 and under players representing today. Darley just, Darley got 9, which is a heap really, just 10 of their grand final side, mind you. As we take a look at scores from around the grounds at half-time in BFNL action, Melton 4-10-34, Charles Sunbury 7-4-46. Lake Windermere 2-3-15, Charles Ballarat 7-9-51. Bredan in touch of Sebastopol 4-5-29, the Borough 6-4-40. And East Point 2-3-15, trail an inaccurate North Ballarat 6-12-48. But here at Maddingley Park, it's the Devils on the road, albeit across town, who lead Bacchus Marsh by 8 points, 4-5-29 to 2-9-21. Back with the second half action in around 12 minutes' time. Down there momentarily, Walsh did the mopping up. Antoinette back to Clark. That's a good finish, albeit to Shear in the middle of the ground, and he kept running Clark. And the penetrating left foot kick, bouncing ball, it got out the back and it bounced favourably. Boundary throw in. Clark had front spot, won the tap. Faruja, something out of nothing. And he breaks the shackles and gets the Blood's second goal of this final term.
Kirill up against Brinker-Ritchie in the centre of the ground. Brinker-Ritchie won that decisively and got straight to Morris. He could kick it from here. He's 70 metres out. Josh Morris has kicked the goal from 70 metres out, straight through the middle. You won't see that too many times in your lifetime, people.
2 or 3 quick goals, they're going to set themselves up with any chance of victory.
One throws the ball in the air. Rhodes ball sharp by Morton. Got the 1-2. Went from outside 50. Long shot at goal. Not quite as good as Josh Morris, but a fair effort nonetheless.
Welcome back to Maddingley Park, the local derby here between Bacchus Marsh, 7th, hosting the Devils in second place. The Devils looking to consolidate their place in the top 3, and Bacchus Marsh endeavouring to keep their top 6 finals chances alive as we enter the final third of home and away games here in the BFL, and a much even season of that. And looks like Sunbury with the noses in front at Mackey Park. They're going to keep their season alive, as Matty White touched on during the week. Every week from here on in, a season defining for them, Fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. And they done the Marsh a favour last week by getting beat. And, so they're both equal on 20, sitting on 6th and 7th.
Yeah, with some ordinary percentage, but I guess points will play a role. And if Bacchus Marsh and Sunbury can win today, well,
even Stevens again.
Yeah, and away we go again.
Just an injury update. Young fella Jason Fawcett.
Shoulders?
Jason. Sustained an arm injury, so he won't be presenting the field for the rest of the game, Todd.
Gertz won the opening tap of the second half. Hurried kick forward there by Huxtable. He's got an important role to play in the second half, you'd think. Foot race on here, Freeman. Went the soccer, chose not to bend, kicked it to the advantage of Kovacevic, who ran onto the footy and was hopeful rather than anything else of that blaze from 49. They've just been really wasteful from outside 50. Well, they're just, they're within 8 points, and they've had a couple more scoring shots.
Todd, the obvious thing is to just centre the footy, not to have a pot shot from there, deep in the pocket,
So the left foot clearing kick. Tanner got a hand on it. There was no one at ground level for either side, really. Now Fulton ran onto it. He's held up. So apart from the Hind goal, the chain run away and finish goal, we're hoping for a few more highlights in the second half that do result in goals. There's Hind. He had no handball give support, so he's forced to somehow manufacture it by boot, only as far as Huxtable. He kicked into a dangerous area that we spoke about. Lahore needs to bend, and he took on Freeman. Now he's in trouble.
Ball, he got him.
And a perfect start for the Cobras to get him back within 2 points here at Maddingley Park. And it'll be Freeman with the shot on goal here from point-blank range. And a chance to get the Cobras third of the afternoon, their first for the term inside the opening couple of minutes. It should come from everywhere here. It's a local derby. There's plenty on the line, including the season for the Cobras. Yeah, so naturally the 5 forwards run to Freeman.
And the rest
waddle back to wherever they've got to waddle on from.
It's team spirit.
Oh, they're up and about, the Cobras.
Yeah, no.
3-9-27, they trail the Devils 4-5-29.
Forward 50,
2 minutes into this third term now. I know you're the father of Joel Wayne, but
yes.
that was disappointing, that get around. That was the opening goal of the second half. Back within 2 points. It was a tackle.
The culture, Todd.
Back at the restart. Here we go. Game on here at Maddingley Park. Now here go the Devils through Hind. Hurried kick forward, territory gain. Came off the chest of Tanner. Canning, quick hands. McDay to the outside. Kovacevic to Milburn. Chipped it out wide towards Nixon. Couldn't hang on.
I think luck's a fortune for Joel there when Lahore, I think, slipped and giving that opportunity.
It's like he had the opportunity, before he went to ground.
That's right, but pressure from Joel, good.
Throw in. Gertz to contest the ruck, Tuel. He's had the outside size and deservedly won the tap. Well, Kovacevic coughed it up. That wasn't good enough. Watkins, Baker went to ground. Trying to release the footy. He's held up by Gertz. We'll get a ball up. In the shadows of true centre wing broadcast side in this BFNL's match of the round in the East, it's the Devils who lead by 2 points. Tick over 3 minutes gone, third term. Stick with us via the BFNL match centre. Game on. Gertz.
What's he found?
Free kick.
Baker.
Yeah. He'll look to go to Hind. Gee, Darley. He's worn him like a seatbelt this afternoon. So Baker goes to half forward to a 2-on-1. Cobras have the numbers. Open the door for Andy. Has a party somehow to get into the contest. They'll be happy with a stoppage here if they can get one, but Tanner broke away. He took them on, all too easy, and the finish, did he get the distance?
Can't see
Well, the glare of the car will get in right of the eyesight, but the two fingers have gone up from the goal umpire. And Darley get the response they wanted. Geez, those breaking tackles there. The Tanner took them on and was able to finish. That was all the difference in the end. The margin restored to 8 points 4 minutes into this third term.
It's a bit too easy. Got out of there very, very easily, Todd. No pressure.
Entertaining game on the scoreboard. Given there's just 8 points that separate these two sides, and of course the Cobras within 2 points just moments ago. So on the bench for Darley, Myers, Bewley, Butters, Wright and Cadman. Back at the restart. Kurtz. Well, that's in the back. No, said the umpire.
Oh.
So, well, Shea did his normal momentum forward thing that he likes to do, but not rewarded. No Easter eggs in July for Tyson. Fair enough, out of season. Darley with the outside of the right boot to a dangerous area. Freeman had eyes to the ball. He's been held.
It's blocked.
Blocked tonight. They're going to try and run into an open goal here. Just didn't sit up for Nixon, but it's going to come back. Freeman will get a chance to get his second of the term and get the Cobras back within 2. And, that was good body work from Freeman. He deserved that free kick at the end. Good to see the Rotunda back at full capacity of 8. Freeman, point blank range, sits it over the goal umpire's hat. He's got 2, both in the third term. Becomes the first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. And the Cobras are back within 2 points here at Maddingley Park. 5.5 minutes gone in this third term. So a couple of close games going around the BFNL at the moment. Melton will be a bit concerned with their half-time deficit against Sunbury. And
especially there too at home.
And Redan's still within touch of Sebastopol, whilst the latter leaders lead, and North Ballarat and Ballarat comfortable.
Here we go. Matty Brett's at it again with Joel.
Back at the restart.
Here we go.
Up we go. Gertz won the tap. Chance for Hind. Cross the body with the right foot. Got a territory going towards half forward. Jack Bewley got a spoil. George bent and then went to ground. Opened the door for Gates. Stoppage warranted, and they'll get it in the end in the form of a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, out of sign of the ground. 2 point lead to the Devils. Sprightly start in this term. Gates, hopeful, with the hand pass over the head. Was smothered. And luckily, because he got it back in the end, Matthew Brett could hang on to the grab. Loose ball. Chance here for the Cobras. Through McKercher to Shea. Now his right foot kick forward went in the Griffiths direction. Second crack at it, couldn't hang on. Did the U-turn, threw the ball onto the boot. Nixon. And Hind behind the footy. Sort of got caught out of position there momentarily, and Nixon was able to mark relatively uncontested. He just had the swirling ball and possibly the sun to deal with. It was a sky ball into the outfield in the end, Fridge.
It was, Todd, and like you just said there, Hind caught under the footy, and Nixon in the right position.
So
should capitalise. Got to kick this.
Chance to give the Cobras the lead.
No.
And he's off to the right. Talk about a momentum killer. Well, it's all with the Cobras at the moment. They give the Devils another let off. 34 plays 35. Darley lead by a point. 7 minutes 50 gone. Two young sides going head-to-head here this afternoon. Darley with just 10 in from their grand final side. 9 players, 21 and under. Cobras have got 13, mind you, of 21 and under. And Johnson has ball in hand on half-back, a mile away from home. Oh, he's just shanked it like one of your chips on a Sunday on the golf course, Fridge. And then Darley set sail, well, Darley did, set sail, got a favourable bounce to Griffiths, landed in between the two Devils, lucks of fortune, and he just chipped it over the top. McKercher swooped on the footy like a seagull over the top.
Yes!
He won't miss this one. And the Cobras have got the lead here at Maddingley Park.
They're up and about, Toddy.
So
they're up and about.
So are you too, Fridge. 5, 10, 40. Bacchus Marsh. Lead Darley 5-5-35. A 5-point lead of the hosts. Near 9 minutes gone, third term.
We're only 8 games in that they've beaten us, and and 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So it's entitled to get excited.
Yeah, well, indeed, yes. Let's get a quick score from around the grounds if I can get them to come to hand in quick enough time. As the ball gets retrieved, just waiting for it to tick over. Melton 46, Sunbury 59. Lakers 30, Ballarat 53. We're back underway here. Here go the Cobras again through Gertz. Deep forward. Nixon can hang on. There's the Seagull, McKercher, quick hands, Fulton, Griffiths. Will it sit up for him out the back? Oh, they rushed it through for a behind. Good play, Brady Ward. Did well to be able to make up the ground there. I thought Griffiths was out the back there. He did everything right.
Did everything right except kick the goal.
So Ward, not noted for taking the kick-ins, will assume the duties with the left boot. And there's no real movement other than Edwards.
No.
And it went beyond him. Jack Bewley, the fly, Penny. No. Went to ground. Second effort was good. Hand pass. Only went as far as Gardner. It was met there by Jones. And Fulton's pressure on Hine was enough, albeit out of bounds. We're going to throw in. So, bit of respect out of both players. Good to see.
Yep. Terrific.
Played good game played in good spirits relatively. Cobras with 6 more scoring shots on the goal. Lead by 6 points. There was a throw in as good as a Darley kicking in. Baker, quick hands, overcooked it. Been the theme of the afternoon for both sides, really, with the fundamentals. Jack Bewley got it back, sent it forward to a dangerous area. Ground ball. This is where Darley is dangerous. Opportunity here for Hatcher. And he gets the Devils back level with the Cobras.
Second for Hatcher. 2 goals for Grant Hatcher.
Such a dangerous team at ground level, Darley. It's like you get 1 or 2 cracks at it and that's it. If you don't want it, we'll have it. Bang, goal. Hatcher gets his second.
Absolutely.
And he matches Freeman's 2 goals at the other end for the afternoon. 41 apiece. 6-5-41 Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 5-11-41. 11 minutes gone.
The handball.
Yes. And he was lucky to get away with that in the call. Huxtable, forgive and move on. Gertz, Baker needs to give the ball, and he did in the end. Machicardi standing start, couldn't get any purchase on the footy. Matthew Brett, loose hand pass. Baker tried to twist. It was the right idea. Good intent there from the 200-plus gamer. So good at ball security, Baker. What he doesn't win, he more often halves, Fridge.
Does all the time, Todd.
Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. The advantage of Shea. Baker might have got a little important touch on that, but look out, Lahuro's in trouble. Kick smothered. Cobras have got numbers around the footy like bees to a honeypot at the moment. Fulton fed the ball to the outside. Huxtable. McKercher. Well, that was ambitious. Meant for Billy Griffiths. Corralled there by Ward, who did enough. And to speak of that ball security, that was another example. Scores level here at Maddingley Park. 12.5 minutes gone in this local derby. Matthews, we're going to miss by hand of the ruck deal. Griffiths tried to turn. Umpire call play on. And the ball is just bounces way over the line for a boundary throw-in.
It's gone up a notch.
Indeed it has. There's so much at stake for both sides, regardless of who's missing. This game's all about the what-haves, and what-haves can get it done.
Fulton out of the park.
Cross
He's kicked it.
Seesawing affair now here at Maddingley Park. And the Cobras get a goal in front. Their 6th of the afternoon, 6-11-47. They lead Darley 6-5-41. 13 minutes gone, third term.
Something out of nothing, Todd.
Game starting to open up, Fridge.
Throw-in stoppage. Fulton out the back and beautiful kick across the body.
Let's not understate the roles of the men with the magnets now. As the game starts to open up and be less inside, just which coach can find a way to manufacture or guarantee a result on the outside. Cobras lead by 6. Fulton was held without in the end, said the umpire. just hold on for too long. Fulton, all respect there for Tanner. Restores into his feet, but wouldn't you when you've got the free kick?
Yeah.
He can go short to Gertz if he likes. Just retain the footy.
Oh, no.
And now he's in trouble. He looks for the reinforcements, and he'll send it wide to Kovacevic, who lowers the eyes. Normally good by foot. Went to Darley. Second grab okay.
I like this kid.
Yeah, Western Jets product. I don't know what Hatcher's doing. Lucky not to give away 50 million in that space on the outside. As Delhi goes to the pocket. Morgan took a nice grab in front of Jones, who didn't over compete there, which was good. A nice grab taken there by Lahure. So he'll go short to Tanner. Just take advantage of the outnumber here. They've got Darcy on the outside, but he'll elect to go by foot. Off hands. Ground ball. A couple of ordinary blondes going at it. Or 4 non-blondes, more to the point, Fridge.
Oh, the bottle's got hold of them.
Yeah. Bleach responsibly. Tap one by Gertz to the outside, only as far as George. Now, Devils looking for a bit more out of George in this derby, given the top-end absence. Hurried kick forward was a territory gain. Griffiths might have caught one high. Umpire let it go. Quick hands to McDade, to Daly, who went back to Jones. Who went inboard to the middle of the ground, standing start. Milburn should hit the target. He did.
Gertz
Fulton.
out wide. Gertz.
So Fulton with ball in hand comes broadcast side to Wakefield. He can get it over the top to Gertz now, but he took him on. Just in time, released the ball, but it was too late. Darley will get the ball back. Some inexperience in Wakefield. He had Gertz early option, didn't take it. Now he kicked to the outside towards Gresh if he likes. Well, Hatcher's the longer option. Did he get enough on the kick?
No, good mark.
Excellent grab and save there by Canning. He'll go lateral to broadcast half back to McDade. He'll go short to Wakefield. He marks on the chest. Looks to play on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a laconic hand pass. That's the best description. It's gone out of bounds and a Lasso free kick. He's been made to pay. So Johnson will just chip it over the top to Jack Bewley. Now he'll look for an option to a dangerous area. Players fly and Hind out of nowhere. Just read it best. Must have caught the theme of the overcooking because he just ran around the back of the pack and marked it uncontested in the end.
Thank you very much.
And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. He a chance to kick his second of the afternoon.
On 2 occasions, Wakefield has made a mistake here in front of us. Should have kicked the footy over to Gertz instead of trying to take him on, and then giving a handball to Nixon. Terrible.
And that will result in a goal to the
Yep.
Devils, unfortunately for the young player.
Yep.
In the infancy of his senior career,
Yep.
it's been counterpunched by one of the more experienced men on the ground in Nick Hind, who read it best, and the finish didn't let him down. And we're back to a level scoreline here at Maddingley Park. 6-11-47 Bacchus Marsh. Darley 7-5-47. 17 minutes gone, third term. Anyone's game, this local derby. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre.
Just small marginal mistakes. And you play a side like Darley, they'll make you pay.
Ballarat lead Lake Windaree by 25 points. So an encouraging performance there from the Lakers. Baker coughed it up. Fulton. Gertz kick smothered. Fulton second effort. Loose hand pass. But he had Penny off half back. Who found Kovacevic. Who gave it back to Huxtable, who went forward in the Griffiths direction. Could have been hung on to. Umpire let it go. Kick by the outside of the boot was ambitious there from Darcy. And then he fed it by hand. Gardner. It was pretty ordinary, but the strength through the tackle was good from Edwards. The kick didn't let him down. It straightened the Devils up to Tanner. He looked to go into the middle of the ground. Oh, that was an excellent gather from Azzopardi. He ran away from Freeman, and he ran to 35. And did he get the chocolates? Yes, he did. Back-to-back goals for the Devils. And they're back to a 16-point lead, 8.5 minutes into this third term.
Goal in it.
Around the grounds we go. And Jake Lohman, his first game in charge as interim coach of the Lakers. They've been competitive. 30 trailing 55. Redan 39, Charles Sebastopol 42. So we've got a game on at City Oval.
Yep.
And Redan 5-9, if you don't mind. The next point 22, Charles North Ballarat 52. So 5 goals separating all the games here. So stick with us. We'll keep you updated. I've got one going on here. Call that even. George won the tie-break for the Devils. Fed it by hand to Baker. The big guns combine to Watkins, who went long to a dangerous area. Johnson, nearly ran onto that footy. Jones didn't bend. McDade did. Johnson, dangerous here. Did he do enough? Oh, he's material, Johnson. 2 goals in a minute to the Devils. And it took the sublime X-Factor brilliance of Will Johnson to get it done. Talk about something out of nothing there, Fred.
That was absolutely out of nothing, Todd.
Well, it did come on the back of centre clearance with Baker and
George. Or Hind.
George, Hind, yep. Yeah, well, they're the 3. 2 out of 3 right ain't too bad, but he just needed a bit of a lift from Lockie George in the second half, but it's a firm deck, and it'll test him. 6 point, well, what have we got? A 12-point lead to the Devils. Gee, what happened there? Back in the restart, Gates over the footy. Good pressure there from Daly at the back. Umpire, well, he went to blow the whistle. Player stopped, but forced to keep going and get an opportunity to blow the whistle here. He'll enjoy this one, the umpire. He'll come in here and pull it up, hats and all. Daly lead by 12 points. 9-5-59. Bacchus Marsh 6-11-47. Loose ball. Andy has a party. So it was soft, but it was there. He'll get the holding free for being held without it. Now, George, he's a thumping kick. And this one, no exception. To a dangerous area. Oh, McDade drop it he'd normally take. Open the door for Hind, who's dangerous in these spaces. He just didn't get any help.
Holding the ball, nothing.
Held to him, said the umpire.
He had one arm free.
Well, he was front on with the vesty tackle, and I think that's what helped Hind in the end. We'll get a ball up deep in Darley's forward 50. Thump over the shoulder from Freeman was nearly as good as a kick. Hind got the handball received from Azapati. Baker, not an own goal kicker, but he ticked a few in 2026.
He's missed.
But not this one. He might have smashed it out of bounds on the full, has he?
No. Got a bind.
Gee, that glare of the car. Gee, just when they let all the cars in at Maddingley Park.
On the full, it was, Todd. Missed everything. No score.
12-point lead to Darley. Kavakovic to the outside. Sam Griffiths. Run, carry, and deliver to McKercher. Got a couple to beat. Height prevailed in the end. Gardner with the disciplined thump over the line. So those couple of goals early in the third term may have been the wake-up call for the Devils. Normally they get the call on the likes of Bewley and Myers and Joel Cadman and the like to restore and find. But none of that today. They've got to do it themselves. Freeman was clever out of the ruck with his own clearance. Gardner, Nixon. McKercher went to ground. Opportunity here for Daly. Fed the ball by hand. Got to the shade to the outside of Morgan. Gone.
You know, I keep saying too many handballs. Kick the ball to get territory.
So that'll be Chaz Jones.
Oh, my God.
So he'll go, well, he nearly went back to the youngster there in Darcy. I like him, Darcy.
Good, Jack.
Good spoil there from Kavakovic. It still went the Devils' way, albeit by territory. It was a snatch by Azapati. He was clever enough to release the ball by hand, given the Huxtable tackle, and we'll get a ball up. True centre wing broadcast side. Darley lead by 12 points here. 23 minutes gone. Third term. Freeman again. Grabbed it out of the ruck. Territory gain a half forward. Hustled it there, but it'll be Jones who'll look to get onto his left, and he just gave it back to Kavakovic. Call it a jumper, clash or a turnover. It was one or the other. McKercher. Griffiths. No.
Ooh.
Right, every bit right. And a behind. Covers 12th in the afternoon. 6-12-48. They lead Darley 9-5-59. We did touch on those inaccuracies from the Cobras early, whether they'd come back and bite them. Well, they did hit the front, Fridge, given the 18 over 14 scoring shot advantage and the narrow margin in the game. He may well be having a part. That was a thumping kick from Matthew Brett. Now, Bewley was strong on the left boot, but it's going to be a turnover kick. Read well off the boot, so Huxtable behind the ball. We'll look to go short. He can just go to McDade. It's an easy bailout, he or Freeman. And goes short to Fulton. He'll go onto the left boot. Wide out in the Gates direction. You mark this on the chest. Well, drop what he should have taken. I'll give him the sun as the benefit of the doubt. Sammy Griffiths to the pocket. Gets the target. Little nudge on Matthew Brett. Umpire called play on. They need to be clean here, the Young Devils. Ward was tackled, taken to the ground too high, said the umpire. It did look a little high from here, and we're 100 metres away. So, So Ward, that kick needed to be pinpoint, but it was overcooked. The theme of the afternoon. Cobras in with a chance. Nixon was leg break, forced the ball, send the ball back by hand to Shea, who got it wide towards Wakefield. Needs to be clean. Well, he was clean with the gather, but he just coughed it up. Just didn't embrace the time of the space or the vision. Jones, hurried kick forward, bouncing ball. Lahoure, pressure from the back from Morgan. And we'll get a ball up just inside the boundary line, 65 metres away from the Bacchus Marsh goal.
25-minute mark. And what will this one go to, Todd?
More goals in this term, Fridge. Yeah, I'll go 31-45.
I'll stick with you.
Ball up, hurried kick from Lahoure. Well, that'll come back as quickly as it came out, given the new rule. So that'll be Fulton. He'll just go to Huxtable. He'll just keep running on top of the ground. And it's this kick from Huxtable. He's found Gates on true half forward, right on the corner. Other side. Can he find a target? It's a high boot. Now, Goats is the target. He'll come from a fairway back. Gardner went early.
Unrealistic by Gardner, I think. That's what he's paid.
Yeah, he has indeed. So I'm not sure he got the signalling right, Fridge, but the in-the-back push kind of to the left, Beyonce, has been correctly paid, whilst I'm not sure he infringed that much, but the attempt was unrealistic. So it gave his Bacchus Marsh opponents no real genuine opportunity to fly accordingly with the flight of the footy. So that's resulted in a shot on goal here for Morgan. Kicks on its way.
Got it. He's
just snuck it inside, according to the supporters. And they get one back, the Cobras. They're within 5. They're 7-12-54. They trail Darley 9-5-59. Deep in time on third term. 26.5 minutes gone. Well.
The crowd's lifted. The play's lifted. Intensity's fantastic now, Todd.
Yeah,
well. Bit different to what we watched in the first half.
Yeah, that's right. Hey. Sunbury lead Melton by 18 points. Ballarat lead Lake Winneree by 29. Sebastopol lead Redan by 3. And North Ballarat lead East Point by 39. Back in the middle of the ground, Gertz, no surprise, won the tap. Only as far as the Devils through Matthews. As the party was, well, he was lucky not to get cleaned up there. He had eyes only for the footy. Red best by Sammy Griffiths. Bobbed it out of the outer side. Wakefield tackled, taken to the ground lawfully there by Darcy. And the two youngsters square it away in the form of a stoppage on the outer side of the ground. Darley 59, Bacchus Marsh 54. 27.5 minutes gone. We're tipping about 3 minutes left in this third term. Could be wrong, however. Darley. Sam Griffiths. Hurry kick. Edwards was good in the opening half. Cobbra's got numbers around the footy. Nearly in the back. Umpire called play on.
Oh, no.
Umpire's picked out a free kick, so he got the second one in the end. Devils lucky. It'll be Edwards, who had a good opening half. He just needs to be efficient here by foot, and he'll find the presenting target in Jack Bewley. Right foot kick there from Bewley. Got plenty on the kick. Over the head of the youngster there in Kilmartin. Canning's got some toe, despite the pressure of Kilmartin. McDade always looks to love to go backwards. They're under the pump here, the Cobras. It was a loopy, slow kick, but it was okay. Well measured in the end of Darley. He got it over to Vesti. He went over the head of Kavakovic. Nixon touch of the fumbles. Chance here for Runge. Fed it to the outside to Hine with the outside of the right boot to a dangerous area. Presenting there was Tanner. Taking him on there was Jack Bewley. Ball at ground level.
Good
and
contest.
We'll get a ball up.
Good contest.
Nixon's just had it almost going with his hands. He's
Yeah,
been
very
a bit fumbly
fumbly.
today.
Just lacking a lot of confidence at the moment, Isaac.
Chance for Jack Bewley.
I think he's
Oh,
got
he
it.
might have snuck that in, said the umpire. He has. And that's a goal out of a forward stoppage. So we speak about forward stoppage and ground ball, just areas that Darley is so dangerous in inside 50. And they're able to get it done and get an important 11-point separation on the scoreboard with Jack Bewley's first of the afternoon. 10-5-65 Darley. They lead Bacchus Marsh 7-12-54, 29 and a bit minutes gone. Third term.
Certainly dangerous when they get that ground ball in that 25-metre zone. They're very quick and to get the ball on the boot.
Well, hard ball,
and accurate.
Hard ball gets and loose ball gets of the Devils as well. It was a catalyst in their premiership win last year that took them to a 20-1 triumph in the end. They were just super in that area. Back at the restart, Gertz won the tap. Ground ball, overran it there was Hatcher. Wakefield at ground level, couldn't gather cleanly. Matthews was measured, and then he sent the ball deep with the left foot. We got players behind the ball through Penny. Wasted no time. Kick was good to Gavakovic.
Should have give it.
Give it back to Penny. Milburn, in fact, and he will. Penny and Milburn going to the same hairdresser or shearer, one of the two.
The latter.
And Milburn with a dangerous kick. He needs a good bounce here. There's McDade, and he'll just chip it back to Kenny. Wax on, wax off in a dangerous area. The kick was good to Daly on half back. And he'll just look to measure the kick to the outer side of the ground. Now that's a good kick. They're away here through Sam Griffiths, the Cobras. Left foot kick to Gates, who's got some toe. He likes to go back behind the mark, and he'll square the ball to Fulton. On half forward, outer side, waste no time. Chipped it over the top.
Oh, no.
Was walking backwards when he kicked the ball forwards. And that let him down on the end. Gardner got on the end of it. Turnover.
If Gates was quick enough, Freeman had him over the back, but he just wasn't quick enough.
Or he had a left foot because he was heading in that direction. Yeah.
Too slow to think, that one.
So it'll be Jet Darcy. He'll do the Cobras a favour and bang it out of bounds on the full. So we're approaching our guesstimate of this third term finish. 31-20 seconds gone. We tipped 31-45. We really don't know. So this time they go in the Freeman direction. Oh, he got up and went through his hands, Freeman. Gee, he got over the back like most of the overcooked kicks we've seen this afternoon.
He got a fingertip to it, just couldn't complete it.
Back at the restart. Cobras in attack. Can they get one last shot on goal? Freeman's kick smothered. Morgan, Gardner. And we'll get a ball up 40 metres away from the Cobra goal. Near 32 minutes gone. Third term. Darley lead by 11. Cobras in attack. Loose ball. Watkins, Darcy, Huxtable. Vision, not bad. Good spoil on the footy. There by Rungy. Matricati will get the rebound and get the Devils out of trouble. Foot race on here.
The vision was good, Todd, but he went to the smallest bloke on the ground.
Siren sounds for three-quarter time here in the local derby. Episode 59 of these two sides since Darley's move into the Ballarat League. Of course, the Devils comfortable head-to-head leaders 43-15. We'll have a chance of getting a draw here if the Cobras can find late, because they provided something in that third term to give themselves a chance going deep in this game. 7-12-54 Bacchus Marsh. Trail Darley 10-5-65. Darley seemingly with the answers when the Cobras challenged, but unfortunately for the Cobras, they were seemingly their own worst enemy.
Yes, absolutely.
When they coughed up that lead. So 11-point lead to Darley at three-quarter time here in Beefernell's match of the round. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
For Marsh, 2 to Freeman, all singles to Gavakovic, Coulton, Nixon, Morgan and Fulton. For the Devils, 2 to Hind, 2 to Hatcher, 2 to Johnson, singles to Matricati, Azzopardi, Bewley and Tanner.
Let's go around the grounds before a final break ahead of the final quarter action here at Maddingley Park. Lake Windaree, 4-8-32. Trail Ballarat, 8-14-62. Redan 6:10.46. Trail Sebastopol 7:10.52. East Point 3:4.22. Trail North Ballarat 8:19.67. And Melton 8:6.54. Trail the most accurate side of the afternoon. Sunbury 12 straight 72.
Jeez.
Guys, we'll take a break. We'll be back with the final quarter action in around 5 minutes' time. Down there momentarily. Walsh did the mopping up. Antoinette back to Clark. That's a good finish. Albeit to Shear in the middle of the ground. And he kept running, Clark. And the penetrating left foot kick. Bouncing ball. It got out the back and it bounced favourably. Boundary throw in. Clark had front spot. Won the tap. Farrugia. Something out of nothing. And he breaks the shackles and gets the Blood's second goal of this final term.
Kirill up against Brinker Ritchie in the centre of the ground. Brinker Ritchie won that decisively and got straight to Morris. He could
Oh my God.
Here. He's 70 metres out. Josh Morris has kicked the goal from 70 metres out, straight through the middle. You won't see that too many times in your lifetime, people.
2 or 3 quick goals, they're going to set themselves up for them a chance of victory.
One throws the ball in the air. Roves ball sharp by Morton. Got the 1-2. Went from outside 50. Long shot at goal. Not quite as good as Josh Morris, but a fair effort nonetheless.
Welcome back to Maddingley Park ahead of the final quarter action here. Darley lead by 11 points after they were headed in that third term. But a couple of costly turnovers and opportunistic finishes from the Devils. Was enough to have their noses in front with the best part of 30 minutes to play. They lead by 11. They kick to the right of screen. Tap won by Gertz. Ground level ball. Fulton had a good third term. And we'll get a ball up at the restart under the shadows of Maddingley Park. And a ripper day here for footy.
Glorious.
Ball up. Gertz gets another opportunity. Huxtable went with the volley, World Cup style, to Wakefield. It was clean with quick hands. Now Daly's had a good day to Kavakovic, who sent the Cobras forward off the hands of Rungy, out in front of Fulton, and over the line for a boundary throw in left forward pocket. Cobras in attack in the opening minute of this final term. Gee, what a result it would be for Redan if they could get up. They're just a couple of points behind the ladder leaders. What a month of footy they've had. Boundary throw in. Freeman again, grabbed it out of the ruck, sent it high up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. But it was Jones who read it best and showed no fear under the high ball and set it to the outside. Right forward pocket. Or back pocket for the Devils. Edwards' kick meant for Gresh. Jones got an important spoil on the footy. We'll get a boundary throw in. Attacking side of centre wing, out of side of the ground for the Cobras, who trail by 11 points. Tick over a minute gone in this final term in BFNL's match of the round here in the East. It'll be Gertz to contest the ruck against Matthews, who's battled manfully, and he'll win that with some elusive skill and outpointed the Premier Ruckman on that occasion. A half forward, dangerous ball, dribbling ball. Hatcher was clever. Overrunning the ball there was Kavakovic and opens the door for Hatcher. Now he's starting to direct traffic and send it with the outside of the right boot. Jones, it was a poor kick from Hatcher, really. It was bereft of option forward. He wanted the lead up, but he didn't get it. And Jones sent it to the outer side of the ground. Well, that was nearly an aerial obstruction, but he just didn't make any body contact there, did the Devil. Opportunity here for Johnson. Dangerous around goal. He's one of the best in the comp at the finishing. You fail to exit cleanly, and class will pounce in the name of Will Johnson, and he gets his third of the afternoon, and Darley extend to a 18-point lead here. 17-point lead,
17-point lead, and I don't know how two defenders could actually just completely muck that up over there in that pocket. Surely one could provide a shepherd or a bum. Anyway.
Well, it's not quite like Chinese checkers, your go, our go. I mean, you know, the event, you know, the turnover is part of the game, which makes it difficult to execute. Now, Gertz, can he get some bang for buck with his hits to advantage? Somehow got it to Huxtable, to Fulton. Now back to the ruckman. His kick was smothered. Hine directing traffic to the kicker, albeit Matricardi. And Jones, again, just outpointed Gresh on that occasion. He's got Fulton short. The mark uncontested, right up in front of us here on half-back broadcast side for the Cobras. Needs a lead-up option. Gertz, potentially. Freeman comes from a long way back. Jones, ridden into the ground there by Wakefield. Lawfully, said the umpire. Right call. We'll get a ball up on half-forward. Broadcast side for the Cobras, who trail by 17. Near 4 minutes gone in this final term. The next goal, all important here. Huxtable, something out of nothing. Territory gain handy. Matthew Brett corralled, released the ball by hand. Luhure was strong. Billy Griffiths wanted the hole, denied. Coulton, Freeman, quick hands.
Terrible.
Intercepted in the end. Opportunity there for Ward with a high up and under kick. Watkins at the fore of the ball. Getting on the end of the bounce there was Gertz, who was held up there by Baker. And we'll get a ball up on half forward broadcast side for the Cobras. 4.5 minutes gone, final term. Gertz with the tap, searching for Shea. Baker read it best off the hand. And Shea was forced to apply the tackle in the end. Did enough to square away a ball up. Gertz won the tap. Huxtable again. Well, he has a pot shot at the goals. Huxtable as he got the journey. Good use of the body on the goal line by Freeman to allow the journey of Huxtable to take its full course. And they get an all-important first goal of this final term. And they get within 11 points. The Cobras tick over 5 minutes gone final term. They're 8-12-60. They trail Darley 11-5-71.
There's been stoppages when you get within that 30 to 25 metres. No good trying to handball. Just get the ball under your boot. You know, you've got to have a try and pot shot or, you know, muck around with it too much. But good goal by Huxtable there.
Well, he took your advantage. Your advice, albeit after the fact, and he got the result.
I've been saying it all day, though. That's all.
Back at the restart. Cobras alive here at Maddingley Park. Gertz with the tap again. Baker read it best again, and he was strong through the tackle and sent it forward. McDade kept his feet. Couldn't cling on to the footy. Tanner went low. Released the ball to Jack Bewley. Loose ball. Tanner, second effort good. Held up by a mounting number of Cobras. Huxtable, one of those, and we'll get a ball up 40 metres away from the Darley goal. 11-point lead to Darley. 6 minutes gone, final term. Gertz won the tap. Hind, swarming, dribble kick. Andy has a party, fitted by hand. Tanner broke the tackle. High up and under kick. Cobras got the advantage here. Griffiths could hang on, but he kept it in front of him. He was well versed in that space and sent it long. Not to the advantage of Nixon, mind you. Ground ball opportunity. Turnover chance for Matthews. Fed it by hand to Andy has a party. Needs to be quick, and he just threw the ball onto the boot to a dangerous area. And Lockie George has Fairnick and bobbed up like a mushroom in your soup. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here, 40 metres out from goal, directly in front. The turnover again. It'll be interesting to check the Premier Data stats. Whilst they've been gallant, the Cobras, and clearly undermanned, turnovers have been their faux pas, and Lockie George has let them off.
He has let them off there.
2-goal ball game here at Maddingley Park. Tick over 7 minutes gone, final term. 72. Bacchus Marsh lead. Darley lead. Bacchus Marsh 60. They negotiate their way out of defence through the trusty hands and boot of McDade. He'll continue the pattern of play to the outer side of the ground. Matthew Brett just marks uncontested in the end. He could have let it go and got the lasso anyway. His short kick was effective to Edwards on the left boot. From outside 50, Johnson! No!
Hit the post.
Through his hands and into the goal post.
Nearly took mark of the year.
Just went a bit early because he was on the way down. 73, Darley. Bacchus Marsh 60. Near 8 minutes gone. Griffiths. Drilling ball.
Oh, no.
Gathered by Edwards to a dangerous area. Penny. Ground ball, second effort good. Kept his feet. Loose handball though. Put Shea under the pump. Hind kept his feet. Daly with the pressure. Hind released the ball. Hatcher couldn't hang on. And the effort of Johnson. Well, he's held up and we'll get a ball up. Devils will cop that.
Geez, they've had a couple of chances here, Darley.
They lead by 13 here. 8.5 minutes gone. Final turn. Ball up. Grabbed out of the ruck by George. His hurried shot on goal is off to the left. 11-8, 74, Darley. 14-point lead now. Bacchus Marsh, 8-12, 60. Vesti. Short, out of defence.
Sides will let you do this all day.
To McDade. Well, Darley clearly has, and we saw that against sides that we've covered earlier in the year. Gertz, the target, was a heavy knock on Matthew Brett. To outer centre wing. Chance here for Morgan. His second bend was good. Smith fumbled the footy. Opened the door for Jones to square away a stoppage. The Devils would be happy with that. On true centre wing outer side.
It's the difference between the two sides. Darley just so much cleaner and, ground ball.
14-point lead to the Devils. Ball up. Centre wing outer side in front of the loyal and faithful of a band of Cobras. They win that clearance towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Darcy fed it by hand to Ward. Left foot kick was good. Found Edwards, who's had a good day when many have struggled really with their efficiency. To the outside. Matt Riccardi just laconically lopes after the footy. was copy-paste of the handball. Andy has a party to Hind.
This is a goal.
To 45.
Goal.
Put your glasses down.
Goal.
Hind's finish is good. He just never goes away, does he, Hind? He's such a hindful. And he got it done. 20-point lead of the Devils, 12-8-80. Lead Bacchus Marsh 8-12-60. 10 minutes gone, final term.
He's just everywhere. Everywhere you look, number one pops up. Just a class player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's bona fide A-grader.
Yeah. I think I seen him play in a VFL reserve game there one day at Essendon, and I think he had about 52 possessions.
Well,
He just kept clapping at him and saying, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Just clap.
well, he's got Melbourne deep at the moment. So, Gertz with the tap. And it'll end up in a stoppage. But Melbourne's got toe, so I like that leg speed matchup. But might be a class edge. All ridden into the ground. Yeah, agreed by the umpire. It was Matthews who was made to earn that. Was solid there from Fulton, who always has a presence in and under around the footy. You can just feed this by hand to George, and he will. It was predictable from 100 yards away. And he sent the low grubbering ball forward. How's the gather from Tanner? Well, it was terrific. So too the tackle to hold him up. Speak of Jones on that occasion. Into the side today as Parente. Speak of Jack didn't come up. So Darley in attack here. They lead by 20. Vesti. High up and under kick. Over the shoulder. Good spoil there from Runge. Did enough, and his second effort terrific on Shea to square away a stoppage.
Done some useful things, Runge.
He had a good return game against East Point last week to feature in the best. Matthews tried hard today, and he has the party. Standing start to a dangerous squaring area. Tanner onto the hold. He was denied. Johnson tapped at the advantage. Well, he was hopeful rather than anything else. And then Milburn, as if he had his left leg amputated at birth, smashes it out of bounds on the floor with the right foot.
We've got Lake Wendouree, but Bacchus Marsh can be the most comical side in the competition. I tell you.
So it'll be the Mercurial Johnson with ball in hand up against the boundary line. 45 metres out from goal. Goals here reserved for the elite. I think Jake Owen kick a mini a goal from here. So to Geordie Johnson, albeit just in a couple of visits. Jamie Quick. How about Will Johnson? If you don't mind. Oh, that was almost straight to the highlights reel with that warm-up fridge.
Found the post.
Just fell shy in the end by hitting the post. Margin extends for the Devils marginally to 21. As the Cobras try to extricate out of defence through Vesti to Sam Griffiths. He's had a good welcome game back. It was well read off the boot by Zane Lahoure. In best 8 of his 12 games this year, Lahoure. Well, that's a free kick. Oh, umpire call, play on. Oh, it'll open the door for Bewley. Just had a pot shot at the goals. It's bending back. Last line, saved there by Vesti. Gee, that was a bit easy, Fred.
Way too easy.
And he just chipped it back and found Huxtable, who loves to kick from a standing start. I'd like to see him get a bit more sort of backward and forward into that. That's better. And he got a bit of a roost on the footy. And he got it beyond half back. Spoil at the back there from Tanner. Ground level ball. Fulton was ambitious because it was a slow hand pass to Gabarkovic, who had to release the ball by Hannah Morgan. It was under the pump. Missed the target. Man for Jones. Good pressure there from the Devils.
Fair.
And we'll get a ball up right in front of the rotunda.
Three handballs there, not one reached the target. Not one.
40 metres away from the Darley goal, who lead by 21 here. 14 and a half minutes gone. Ball up. Close up against the boundary line. I'd like to say the boundary line beat them all, but I'll say the rotunda.
Yeah, give it another mention.
Given the time-honoured heritage-listed Lego building over there in the left forward pocket right of screen. Boundary throw-in. George into the ruck. Gathered there by Huxtable, who ran away and got a territory gain. from inside half back to half forward. Foot race on here. Ward's got some toe. He got a terrible
He fell
bounce.
over.
Billy Gravis kept his feet, fed it to the outside. Gee, a hand got in the way, might have been faulted. It was meant for Nixon, who just tipped it to the advantage of Gates. It'll sit up on. He too got a terrible bounce, but it favoured Morgan, and
he got it.
threw the ball onto the boot. Fortune favours the brave, and he was able to get it done in the end.
2 for Morgan.
Well, a couple of gadding balls cost both sides in the end, and
Yeah,
the hat-trick ball, well, just didn't spin at all, and Morgan was able to get on the end of it.
both times went left to right, Todd.
66 Bacchus Marsh, Trail Darley 81. 15-point lead to the Devils. Episode 59 into the journey head-to-head since about Darley's move into the Ballarat League in 1997. They lead by 15. 15 and a half minutes gone. Big crowd in the left forward pocket. Essentially right around the ground here, which is really encouraging for BFNL footy. Gertz with the big thump to no one in particular. George over the footy. Fed it to the advantage of Tanner. Threw the ball onto the boot. Crash in front. Nice mark there from the youngster. Spotted a little nudge there from Griffiths. He was able to take a one grab mark in the end. Come back and have a shot on goal. So
Hind.
go to Hind. He's outside 50. He'll take on Griffiths one way, then the next. He'll just chip it to the outside. It was good vision. Tanner, 45 metres out from goal. It's good awareness from Tanner to keep that option open.
Mm-hmm.
And Hind wanting it back like he just bought a packet of footy cards and didn't want any of the players that were on the cards fridge.
Yeah, give him the chewing gum.
Ran to the shop. I don't want these. Give it back. So Tanner from 49. Plenty on the kick. Will drift right to left to a dangerous area. Oh, the mark's taken by the debutant. Martin. What a stretch and a grab from the youngster.
Just took it at the highest peak, Todd.
Well, he
Stood there and said thank you very much and put his hands up and
even the birds like it flying ahead
yeah.
in the flock as they are, and
Well,
he's taken it a day early, this kid. He's normally used to playing on Sundays.
yeah. They'll come from everywhere. Every single one of them will go to him.
Martin from point blank range, and it's a good call from you, Fridge. Look at him.
Yeah.
Like bees to a honey pot. They get around the debutant, and Fiddy has got his first at senior level. 17 and a half minutes gone, final term. Darley lead by 21, 13-9-87. They lead Bacchus Marsh 9-12-66. And good tip there from you, Fridge. And look at him, there's not one Darley player to the left of their half-forward line. All invested.
That's the culture. You know, one in, all in. Too many passengers at Bacchus Marsh for me.
Well, that's just celebrating the little things, Fridge.
Yes, too many individuals.
And let's go around the grounds quickly if we have time. Melton 62, Sunbury 87. Lake Widory 45, Ballarat 99. Redan Trail Sebastopol 7. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, look out, George. At the back, McKercher got him. When he got ball to boot. Loose ball, Jack Bewley. Hurried kick, loose ball. Andy has a party dispossessed. Gresh, confidence up, fed it by Hando. Edwards, who's had a good day. Vesty in front. Push. And right call by the umpire. And he'll go short to Huxtable. He does that stand and look around. And now he delivers. Overcooked it, meant for Nixon. Gather was good from Gardner. A blind turn, terrific. Fed it by hand. It was a loose one at that. Lahure had to be quick. Opportunity for Jack Bewley. High ball, deep forward. Loose ball. Johnson's dangerous here, but he went to ground. Debutant. Kilmartin with the tackle on Milburn was terrific. And we'll get a ball up. 9 metres away from the Darley goal. 19 minutes gone. Final term. Darley 13-9-87. Bacchus Marsh 9-12-66. Darley deep in attack here. Ball up. Gertz won the tap. Went boundary side. Hind. Oh, behind.
Yeah. Would have been game over.
Oh, yep, that was... Turn the tally off and go to the footy. Collingwood Carlton, of course, tonight. Vesty short to...
Yeah, Fulton's here by himself.
Gavakovic, he's still there on the platform. And the train just drove straight past him.
Yeah, 3-on-1. Got to mark this.
Darley got the outnumber. Tanner went inboard. Jones got the support through Ward, whose confidence has grown throughout the afternoon. Coates got an important touch on that. Edwards' a scoop volley was hopeful, but unfortunate in the end as Kavakovic cut it off. It was a good aerial contest on both sides. Ground ball, hot one at that. Wakefield with the pressure. So too Darcy. A couple of the young combatants going head-to-head. Somehow Darcy shoveled it out to Fulton. He's on his left side. In into the handball give. He kicked it into the back of the head of Andy Azapati, if you don't mind. You can't pay that, Mark. It came off somebody's head.
Been paid it high.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, head off the head, high.
Paid it high, Todd.
So Morgan plays on to Fulton.
Oh, here we go.
Who ran
What are we going to do here?
He ran to his right-hand side,
no,
Fulton, and then knew he had no
please.
tickets left on that side. Now Daly will do the mopping up. Tackled,
Oh,
pinged,
please.
turnover. Well, if you're a left-sided player, Fulton should know better than to run to the right side. So he'll switch play here. It's a high ball. It'll fancy favourite Tanner. He's opposing 19 McKercher, just lacking size on that aerial. Jones went forward, bouncing ball to a dangerous Hine, who loves the swoop. Dribbling ball. Will he get enough on it? Yes, he will. Hine's got 3. And Darley are home here at Maddingley Park.
He's actually got 4.
Well, 4. 9-12-66. Bacchus Marsh trail Darley 14-10-94. Margin out to 28. 21 and a tick minutes gone. Final term. Under the shadows at Maddingley Park. And in fairness, the last 15 minutes of this final term's been played predominantly right of screen, Fridge.
All Darling. Weight of numbers around the contest. Yeah, just too good.
Yeah, the ask has just been a little bit too much from the young Cobras, who have been stoic for the most part. It's just been a class edge in the end that will prove the difference. Back at the restart. We'll give that tap to Tanner. His second effort ball was good, and Fulton's pressure on the ball carrier was solid to square away a stoppage. Loose ball. Gertz. He's won 1,000 tap-outs today. Sent it forward. The kick's been cut off. Well, Jones did well, the youngster. Told to play on by the umpire. Kick must have been touched off the boot. Gee, Darcy looks a player. Oh, he's taken them on, the youngster. Fed up by Anna Brett. Somehow got ball to boot. Territory gain. Bouncing ball just needs to sit up for Tanner, and it did in the end. And concede by hand to Edwards. Spotted Baker in the middle. Kick didn't hit him. Baker was strong to keep his feet. Outnumbered, tackled, taken to the ground. Now he's in trouble holding the ball. Tired players out there. It's been quite an inside game, really. Largely attributed to the inability to finish on the outside, in fairness, Fridge. As Huxtable goes in the Freeman direction. He has the ball knocked away from him. Jet Darcy liked his game. So too Edwards, who fed the ball by hand to space. Gathered there by Tanner. Darcy, ball protection good, tackled. Taken to the ground by Wakefield. And we'll get a ball up. So some encouraging signs for both sides with the organic growth at both clubs. Getting their experience under these conditions with near a full house here at Maddingley Park. Fulton's kick across the body on the right side. Found Gates in the end. His dribbling ball. Well, that was strong. Good courage there shown by Fulton to run the other way with Matthew Brett steaming the other. And that'll end safely in a stoppage. 23 and a half minutes gone, final term. I think the Cobras deserve a 10th goal. Can they find it? I mean, they started the afternoon with 8 or 9 behinds, Fridge. They've been pretty straight since then, but just their errant ways on goal has come back to bite them late. High up and under kick there from Gertz. Went barely the required. Nixon got a touch on it. Favoured Huxtable. He's had plenty of it. High up and under kick. Ground ball. Where are the swoopers? It comes through Gardner. They've got plenty on the kick. 50, 60 metres. And a good run back and stretch there by Canning. He's overcooked the kick. I need a couple more adjectives than overcooked. It's been, well, who can plan for so many? As they go to the outer side of the ground, the bubbles are being blown here at Maddingley Park. George to Baker. Left foot, running kick. I'm not going to say that word, but it fell to space. Johnson, elusive. Got it to the outside. Kilmartin. across the face. The youngster.
And
Well, I'm pretty sure a couple of the Darley defenders are pretty happy he didn't finish that work off. Some of them are still caught in the defensive 50.
50.
Give us a spell, they were saying. As Fulton, penetrating left foot kick into the middle of the ground. Jones at the back. That was Rungy, in fact, with an important spoil. Shea got the crumb, but he turned it over. Didn't go the required. Pressure good from the Cobras. To deny Jones an exit. We'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. 29-point lead to Darley. They've been tested, both sides below full strength. So it's been an entertaining arm wrestle for the most part. More so on the scoreboard, really, than an exhibition of high-skilled finishing and execution, etc. But you can't doubt the endeavour and the pressure and the intent of the sides, regardless of any areas that they've fallen short in. So Gardner, he's got some toe, Gardner, I like that. Right foot kick to space, foot race on here. Watkins, got a terrible bounce. Favoured Kovacevic, corralling good there from Watkins. Turnover opportunity, dribbling ball from Matricardi, somehow stayed in. Hatcher in board, look out Watkins! Oh, he just got Paul to boot the youngster. Went about 9 metres. Bewley will chip it over the top as well. It was cut off there by Milburn, who'll look to switch play to the outer side of the ground quickly. And he does. Oh, Mark Wakefield had a bit of it. It was a heavy kick. And Edwards did the mopping up. Turnover opportunity. He sent it forward and found Andy has a party. He'll go to Jack Bewley. He can just get some air back into the game with a shot on goal here in the dying moments. 26.5 minutes gone, final term. Darley lead by 29. And a shot on goal from Jack Bewley to come. So Jack Bewley, from right on his range, will set sail. It's off to the left in front. Tanner, Bestie had a bit of it.
Behind.
Rushed behind in the end. Melton 80, trails Sunbury 89. Gee, they've come from the clouds, the Bloods. I'm not sure whether they're going to have enough time. Gardner's been good in this final term. Fell over as he kicked.
Oh.
They got numbers here. Nixon rolled it forward cleverly to Billy Griffiths, who gave it back to Nixon. Standing start, swooping hand pass from Nixon to Fulton, who ran across the cricket pitch. Right foot kick. Brett had front spot. Canang on. Ground ball. Edwards. And the free kick's going to come back to Wakefield. And he'll have a shot on goal here, the youngster. And a chance to get the Cobras 10th that we thought that they'd deserved. For their output this afternoon. And some respect into the scoreline. They trailed by 30. And 24 has been a pretty solid effort if it happens to end this way come the final siren. So Wakefield puts it through Wakefield, and they'll get over to him in the end, Fridge.
Yeah, 2.
After the game. 10-12-72, Bacchus Marsh. Trail Darley 14-12-96. 4 goals. Well, you can't underestimate the disappointment across the ground from the Cobras, given they did hit the front in that third term.
Yeah, 5 players went to him.
Well, I guess it's a bit of a difference when the game's essentially put to bed. But you always love kicking a goal when you're in your teens playing senior footy, and he hasn't even played team number of senior games, Fridge. So good on the young fella. 4-goal ball game, 14-12 to 10-12. 28.5 minutes gone. Back at the restart. Gertz again, won the tap. Quick hands from Hatcher. Gates with the volley, only as far as George. Standing start, Sam Griffiths. A good day behind the ball.
Kick it long. Just go down the middle.
And he obliges, and the kick was terrific. And found Fulton. He fed it by hand to Gates, who had to check his run. Now he's in trouble. He threw that. Lucky to get away with it in the end. And he has a party. Got it towards Gresh. Towards Darcy to Edwards. He's had a good day on the wing. Either that side or this side. He goes with the left boot. Good use of the body there by McDade. Got a terrible bounce. Open the door for Hatcher. Loves a goal.
And he got one.
Does it well.
Too easy.
Good forward craft there from Hatcher. Darley get the response.
Everything is just way too easy.
15-12, 102. Darley bring up the 100. They do average 100 points per game, the Devils, and they've been able to do it again. And the Cobras, well, they've improved some 5 goals on the scoreboard from their previous 5 outings against top 6 opposition, up from 44 to 72. So some merit there for the Cobras without their spearhead, Jake Owen. It's 15-12, 102, Darley. We lead Bacchus Marsh 10-12, 72. Back at the restart. Ball up, Gertz, Shea, Gates, George, Gertz, hot footy, Shea, shoveled it out. Matricati's got some cramp. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to come back, and it's going to go to Gresh. So Gresh will send the Devils forward towards the attacking 50.
Now go. That's it.
And it was Huxtable. He's had plenty of it today. He fed it over the top to Fulton. Needed to give it back because Huxtable's off and gone. Now he's back to where Huxtable was and not where he was going. So Vesti did the checking and got it the outside to Gates, who's kept trying to Wakefield. He kicked the last goal for the Cobras. Confidence up to half forward. And he went long to Freeman. Brett in front. Good discipline there from Freeman at the back. Got an important spoil on the footy. Brett close up against the boundary line. Ball sees it over and we'll get a boundary throw in. 31 minutes gone, final term. 15-12 to 10-12. That's about right, Fridge.
Yeah.
Maybe a goal, maybe 8 points maximum back the Cobras' way.
Go. Yes.
So 20 to 30's been about right. Nixon won the tap. Loose ball. Tired players out there. And we'll get a ball up into the darkening shadows here at Maddingley Park, and an all-important win for the Devils without their key leaders. Matthews has continued to try all day against the odds against Gertz. It's not really about whether Gertz wins the ruck. It's about the effort that Matthews provides us as a resistance.
Yeah, like he ain't got the experience of Gert.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah, exactly.
It's just a bit of will and conviction and
It's
resistance.
it's just about competing.
Yeah, that's right, Fridge. There he is again. Shoveled it out. Well, Fulton spent it before he had it. Canning was clean. Got it to Shea, to Jones, who went back to Sam Griffiths, to Canning, who had more time than he thought. And he put Gates under the pump, but he caught one high. And Gates continues to accumulate. Whilst Edwards has had a good day. Gates too, he's had a bit of the ball on the wing. And he sent it forward in the next direction. He's hung onto that one, Isaac. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here, 40 metres out from goal. So when I said maybe one goal closer for the Cobras, they just may well get that. But Darley have won here at Maddingley Park.
You got it? Nah, behind.
So Nixon misses off to the right. And just basically the way the Cobras started the afternoon with a behind. 10-13, 73. Bacchus Marsh have gone down to Darley. 15-12, 102. A 29-point win to the Devils. And if you're in the Jordan camp, you'd be just happy to bank the points and get out of there, given what's to come, Fridge.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. And to get away with a victory over here at Maddingley Park, and with the side that he had in today, so rewarded for the side that he put on the park today, and Julie done the job for him, and because it was a bit of a danger game, this.
Yeah. It really was an exhibition of the next generation of both clubs' talent. Of course, Bacchus Marsh with 13 players, 21 or under, Darley with 9. But it was more just the top end that Darley had up their sleeves that sort of counted in key moments, and they've done enough to get it done. Let's go around the grounds before we bid you a good afternoon from Maddingley Park. Sunbury 13-11, 89. Melton 11-14, 80. Lake Windermere 8-9, 57, surpassed their season average of 44 to get it done against Ballarat, who finished on 19-16, 130. Redan 55, Charles Sebastopol 63. It looks like the Borough will do enough. And East Point have made a comeback against North Ballarat, but it'll be all too in vain. Give it North lead by 19 points. 8 goals, 21, 69 North Ballarat. East Point 7-8, 50. As I go through each team's score this afternoon, only Sunbury and Darley, out of the 10 sides that played today, booted more goals than points. Small stat, but I tell you what, good kicking for goals, good footy, Fridge.
Absolutely. We'll give you the goal kickers for both sides. For Bacchus Marsh, 2 to Freeman, 2 to Morgan, singles to Wakefield, Huxtable, Kavakovic, Coulton, Nixon and Fulton. For the Devils, 4 to Hind, 3 to Hatcher, 3 to Johnson, singles to Matricardi, Azapati, Bewley and Tanner, and the first game of Kilmartin.
Entertaining game of footy here at Maddingley Park under perfect conditions on a beautiful July day here at Maddingley Park. Honours with the Devils in the end, but they were pressed and challenged and asked to do enough to get it done in the end, and that they obliged in the end. But Cobra showed some good signs, but the challenge will prevail for to be good enough for long enough, and they look forward to welcoming back Jake Owen in the coming weeks to see whether he can correct those forward issues that the Cobras had, especially early with their inaccurate ways on goal. But they did finish soundly post-quarter time with accuracy, but it's about a 4 or 5 goal margin in the end, and that's probably the difference between the two sides on spec. So on behalf of the crew, Connor behind the eyes, albeit the camera and Fridge with the comments, and myself, Todd Whelan from Maddingley Park. Honours with Darley. They've got it done. That's their 5th win in a row, an all-important one, albeit against the crosstown rivals in the Cobras. We bid you all a very good afternoon from Maddingley Park.